Well, Joe, our update is brought to you by Doral Kia. You always pay less for your pricito at Doral Kia. Visit us at Doral Kia or DoralKia.com. Marlins won again by a score of 7-3, the second consecutive night they've done that. They'll go for the sweep today, 105 at Nationals Park. You can catch the game on 5:60 a.m. The Dolphins will return for day 2 of minicamp. In the NHL, Vegas, Joe, a wild finish to that game. They get the win in game 1. And we have game 1 of the NBA Finals tonight, Joe. So big night in sports.
Yeah, a lot of good stuff. And for hockey fans last night, boy, Carolina jumped out 2-0. And I mean quickly. And you're like, holy smokes. And then Las Vegas able to take that game 1, 5-4, as you just mentioned. Knicks San Antonio tonight. Oh, I can't wait to see that first game. And then, of course, Marlins, you just mentioned, go back to back to back home runs last night in the 5th inning, end up getting a win 7-3, go for the sweep today. Max Meyer will be on the mound for them. Then they're on their way home to take on Tampa Bay for a weekend series, followed by Arizona. French Open, Americans are all gone, so if you watch for the Americans with your flag, you might as well put them away. Francis Tiafoe and Madison Keys, the last two standing, and nice try, but come up short. Come up short over in the French Open. We got a lot of cool stuff going on, as you mentioned. Mini camps taking place. Got a lot of stuff we'll be talking about this morning as everybody's starting to get a little better. Everybody's starting to get a little more comfortable learning the offense. And man, I'm telling you, and it's no one wants to hear this on a talk radio show. Nobody wants to hear when you put in a new offense and a new defense with one of the youngest teams I can ever remember. It takes a long time to figure it out. It doesn't come together overnight, especially after 4 or 5 or 6 or 7 OTA and minicamp practices. It's just not – it's going to get only better is my point. And at the same time, I understand. Got in this yesterday a little bit out at camp, and I was out there yesterday about, people being negative. And look, I understand you got to write what you see and talk about what you see. And but they're getting better, and a lot of guys stepping up, and some guys are picking things up faster, which does happen. And when you don't know what you're doing, it's really hard to look good. When you have no idea and you're not really sure, they put in a whole bunch of stuff in a short period of time, and you're like, and you've just come from college, especially where the coach told you all this for 3 years, and now you're learning this new system. It just, man, it makes you look slow. It looks, you're a step, you're just not sure where to be, so you don't look very good. And so always calm down a little bit, because some of the fast learners do look good. And I always think of Malik Washington last year, the wide receiver for Dolphins. Like, they had him doing 1,000 things. And I remember Mike McDaniel saying, Malik, this guy just, whatever you give him, he sucks it right in, and he knows it. Like, you tell him one time and he's out like he's been running the play for 10 years. And not everybody's able to do that, comprehend, and put it out on the field physically like that. So anyway, speaking of one of the leaders of the team, Zach Sealer is going to join us about 10 minutes from now. Defensive lineman, 9th year. My God, Zach, they have gone by fast, my man. It seemed like just yesterday we got you from Baltimore. We threw you in there. You started making all these plays, and the next thing you know, he has been here longer than anybody on this very, very young team. So we'll talk to Zach about everything, all those topics, man. Leadership. He's got some guys playing with him, and he told me last year, those guys can be really good. You guys got to be patient. They're getting better. And, we got off to a slow start on the run defense last year. You recall some of those games in the Jets and some of the games early in the year. We struggled, and guys weren't sure where to line up. And again, guys making the jump from college to the pros and all that stuff. And he believed in those guys the whole time. And now going into year 2, it's going to be fun to see just how good they are. So we'll talk to him about that, and playing for his head coach, and a lot of different defensive coordinators through the years as well. All that stuff we'll have for you. And then all the other news. We'll have a lot of stuff on recruiting with the University of Miami this morning. Well, I'll tell you what, Mario, And there's serious, like, I know it's the off season, but when it comes to recruiting, it is. I was just looking last night at some of the websites. I know some of you follow that, are really into it, and seeing where guys that are going to be seniors in high school next year up for the 2027 class, and especially the 4 and 5 star guys, where they're going, and the battles going on with LSU and Texas A&M and Ohio State and Miami. And I got to tell you, Miami is getting in the party. It used to be, I remember when Miami couldn't get in the party at all on the big name players, could not get in. And now even guys that have made verbal commitments to other schools are still taking trips down here to see what's going on. So Mario and I, we got into this yesterday, and, a lot of guys feel differently about Mario. Mario's style is not for every media guy, and I understand that. I do. I understand, hey, everybody's got different relationships with stuff. But one thing that you can't debate, just can't, is this guy's work ethic to go out. And I don't know how many guys are better recruiting coast to coast than this guy. He doesn't lazy recruit and just stay in South Florida for Dave Broward and Palm Beach so he can get home early for dinner. This man works. And if long as he's got the tools to do it, he's going to continue to do it. And he is relentless. And you saw it on the field, and there's no reason, again, clearly one of the best 10 teams in the country right now on paper. And again, the 20, he's zoned in right now. He's not even thinking about his team right now. He's thinking about 2027 and some of the commitments. And they got some big weekends coming up here where a lot of the 4 and 5 star guys are coming. A record amount of 5-star guys are coming to town to at least see. Some of them might already made up their mind. They want to go to some other schools, but he's in the dance, man. He is in the dance party. He's in the VIP room, and he's got a chance. And so it's been fun behind the scenes. This is what's going on. And so we'll get into some of that a little bit later on in the show as well. Get caught up on everything at minicamp, including when we after we have Zach on, we're going to talk a little bit. Coach Hafley yesterday talking about Chop Robinson. I think everybody's going to want to hear it. It's really good. Just to give you an idea what he thinks of the guy that was a first-round pick going into his third year from Penn State. So we'll have all that for you as well. So we have plenty of stuff going on. We're going to go to a quick break, and we come back. Zach Sealer will join us. I got to tell you, man, he's a pleasure to be around. He is you talk about everybody, well, a lot of the veterans won't want to be here, the good players. The guys they have here want to be here, and they're really good leaders. There's no question about it, and Zach's one of them. We'll talk to him when we come back in just a few minutes. But first, before we do, I want to talk about something nobody likes talking about, and that's getting injured. It sucks, man. When you get injured, hey, and you're active and you're competitive, I don't care what age you are, whether your kids are in travel or you're playing, and I know I play tennis way too hard, try to beat everybody that I can, and I know what happens. You get injured. It sure is nice to have one of the best sports medicine programs in the country right here in our backyard. Baptist Health South Florida sports medicine program that they put together with team doctors, top specialists, and great facilities, has them ranked as one of the best places in the country when you're injured. Hey, where do the pros go? Inter Miami, the Heat, the Panthers, and the Miami Dolphins, FIU, FAU. They all trust the great doctors at Baptist Health South Florida. The specialist team for knees and shoulder, foot and ankle, hand, back, hip and knee replacement, Achilles. And then the facilities like Doctors Hospital in Coral Gables to Hard Rock Stadium next to the training facility. And one I've been going to, 595 in Pine Island in Plantation. All you have to do is visit baptisthealth.net/ortho. One goal for all of us, whether you're a high school, college, professional athlete, or anybody else that's active, get you back out playing the sports you love the most.
4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at
$988 for a 2025 Toyota Corolla. Save thousands in
Home for the best price on luxury. Now featuring the all-new Lexus TX 3-row SUV in stock and on sale now. Call 305-KENDALL today.
Miami-Dade dealing with some road debris early this morning. The traffic report is brought to you by the Casino at Dania Beach along the Dolphin Expressway westbound before 57th Avenue. Has your left lane blocked. Attleboro County, you're looking good. No major issues. That's traffic. I'm Elia Escobar on FM 104.3, and you can listen to WQAM on the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, and TuneIn apps.
Miami has the Dolphins, the greatest.
It is time to head out to the Toyota of Hollywood Hotline. Shop over 2,000 Toyotas on sale at one location. Toyota of Hollywood on 441 Wilmington, Hollywood. Sheridan, ToyotaofHollywood.com. Joe.
All right, Woody, thank you so much. And joining us this morning in the middle of mini camps is defensive lineman Zach Sealer. Wow, the years are flying, brother. 9th year in the league. How you doing, man?
Good. How are you guys? Thank you for having me, Joe.
Hey, man, it's great to have you on. Hey, I got to take you back to a year ago during camp had started. You guys are out there working, and you were waiting to do interviews, and we're just making small talk. And you said, hey, man, these young guys can be really good. Just give them time, but they've got something to them. And we were talking about how much time you spend with them. And then take in the regular season. We're coming home after the first couple games, and everybody's running all over you guys. And you looked at me. I'll never forget. This after the game, getting on the plane, and you said, those guys are still going to be really good, man. We're going to get this thing figured out. And I went, oh, okay. I mean, you went out of your way to say that to me after, you just played 60 plays. And I was like, hey, man. And by the second half of the season, not only was Kenneth Grant and Jordan Phillips and Biggers playing better, but obviously as they played better, you played some of your best football as well. What was it that gave you so much confidence that this group, and I saw you day after day at practice, spending so much time when you guys weren't playing together, talking to them?
Man, Joe, it was just, honestly, it's just seeing that. There's obviously a couple things to it, right? Like, you can work hard and you can do everything you can, but like if you don't have that true love and passion, like sometimes things just don't click. Now, obviously, if you're a crazy athlete or whatever, it might. But these kids, they got all that it takes. They got the athletics, they got the brains, they got the want to, and they just work. And like that's what they've been doing. And then this offseason, you can just tell they've just been putting in the work. They have just been full nose to the grindstone, just trying to get better every day, and they have that love for the game that they just want to be great for themselves and for the team. So it's just been really exciting, and seeing them grow, this being their second off season, and as well as the new guys that just came in, and seeing them everyone work together and try to build this thing in the right direction. It's been really, really cool.
Hey, I got to ask you about Jordan Phillips. So I got up close the other day when you guys warm up inside, and I went, holy smokes. That's the best 305 look I've ever seen, if that's all he is right now, that lower body. He looks like, not to take anything away, I know you've talked about him. What have you seen from Jordan Phillips that's got so many people pumped up of what he might look like in year 2?
And just the grit, just his understanding of the game now compared to last year, even the size, the strength, and just that quicker working those quick twitch muscles to really be able to pop off the ball and get into people's chest as an old lineman.
And let me ask you about Kenneth Grant. He's a first-round pick. You know how we treat first-round picks in every NFL city, man. You got to be a franchise player. And so people kind of wondering about Kenneth Grant a little bit. He had his moments and not, and he's a big dude. What have you seen from Kenneth Grant here going into year 2 and this offseason?
Man, just like Jordan and just like Zeke too, like those three really have been kind of just latched together and just really been like trying to figure things out together, and just seeing them grow and keep building to keep working to just get to that point where they can really make some explosive plays week in and week out. It shows, and they're making those plays in minicamp. They're making those plays in OTA. So to see that kind of, I guess, come to fruition and kind of keep working together has just been incredible. And I'm really excited for this year with them.
Hey, Zach, a couple days ago, you ran one of my great quotes, man. I ran on the show. You told your young guys, you're here to take my job. That's my job to not let that happen, and there's no hard feelings. Dude, did you get that out of a book or something? That was outstanding, brother. That was really good.
I appreciate it, Joe. No, I felt that from early on. And in Baltimore, the guys always told you be a sponge and keep learning, keep growing. And I just saw I'm like you literally are taking a grown man's job who's got a family, who's got kids, whatever. And that it just kind of hit me, and that's what they told me. It just kind of hit me dang, that really is, it's like that here. And it's not like normal life where it's there's only 31 other jobs out there for us. And if that, so when football is not working out, it's not working out. So you got to do everything in your power to stay in it, stay healthy, stay available, and stay able to just make the plays when they come to you. And that's what those guys are doing, and that's what I have to keep doing. So that's just how I feel for a long time.
Hey, Zach, the other thing is what you've been through. You weren't a first-round pick. You were released. You came in here I felt like we picked you up, and then all of a sudden you were making plays the next day as they were looking a little bit like what's going on with this team right now, man. Jobs are open, and I know you've talked about this, but you took advantage of it, man. You're making plays. You're in the backfield. I mean, it didn't take long, and it was this is my chance, and it's really worked out. Have you shared that message with a lot of young guys in the same boat as you're in, trying to get their careers going?
Absolutely. Young guys and air quotes, older guys. I know you already kind of took a shot at me, but all right. Even those third and fourth year guys, that's technically an older guy in the league, but they haven't found their home yet. And that was kind of me, right? I was end of my second year when I got here, but it wasn't that third or fourth year here until I started starting to find a home here with the Dolphins. And I tell these guys, hey, look, man, it's new, everything top to bottom. These chances are far and few between where, hey, they're open-eyed. They're looking for anybody and anything to make a play, to do this, to start to put their trust in somebody. And you got to take advantage of that. That's what I've been telling these guys. So yeah, absolutely. These ops are just so far and few between, to be able to take advantage, to work from the start, and just to get these guys locked in and show that you can do something in this league, and do something every day out here for us as a Dolphins facility and organization.
Hey,
it's been really cool.
Let me ask you about Jeff Hafley, head coach. Everybody's talked about, man, you know where you stand. You know what he expects. It's very clear. It's very direct. This is your third head coach. What's different about Jeff Hafley?
Man, I really appreciate just that direct honesty. Like you just said, it's direct. There's no hard feelings. It's just, hey, you need to be better here, or you're doing good here. Keep focusing on that and work this. And I think that's the best way to learn as a player and to get coached is, hey, look, this is if you're never told what you're not doing right, how are you supposed to get better?
Yeah.
And if you can't handle that, you can't handle the leak. So I love that mindset from Coach Haff and just the honesty with each one of us day in and day out. We go into these team meetings and he's working through every side of the ball, and he's teaching receivers and DBs things. It's like, hey, look, you guys, O-line, D-line, this is how this transfers over. Like, if you see, it's all the same game. It's about weight distribution. It's about your feet, and it's about staying square. And kind of understanding that and seeing that, it's actually opened my eyes in a few aspects of the game I didn't realize as well. So it's been really cool, and it's been really exciting to learn from someone like that.
Hey, Zach, you know this probably. The media talk a lot about Chop Robinson. His name comes up year 3. We need him. He's got to play better, all those things. We find out recently, and you've known for a while, he's now working with Austin Clark, who's been your defensive line coach for a while. Those guys working together, everybody raves about Austin Clark. I mean, everybody on how good. What makes him so special before we talk about Chop Robinson? Austin Clark is a defensive line coach. You've been with him the whole time.
Oh yeah. I'm like, you know how I feel about him obviously too. And that's, you said it best. And to me, it's that day in and day out attention to detail. It's being the same coach, same player every single day and demanding the most out of your players, no matter what the circumstances are. You can't ask for some guy's best on Sunday if you don't ask for it on Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday. So to put yourself in these tough situations during the week, so when the game comes, it's slower, it slows down, and you're able to take advantage of those situations. That's what you have to do. And he does a great job of simulating that during the week and also putting that kind of pressure on each one of us to get in those scenarios during the week and then making Sundays, slow down. So he does a great job, and it's the same coach every day. It's that same brutal honesty. It's the technique, the attention to detail that you just have to be successful in this league.
The second part of this is the Chop Robinson, who's in his 3rd year now. Yep. He's a pass rusher out of Penn State. Great pass rushers come out of that school. And I just feel like so much is expected of him. Have you had a chance to talk to him? Because we talk a lot about Chop Robinson.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I love Chop. I think he's going to have an amazing season this year. I think he's fully bought into Clark and his teaching and kind of how he sees the game and trying to work with them. And I think it's really cool of us all being in the same room now, and we can work, we can talk and see the game in the same lens, no matter. I mean, obviously you're going to see the same lens to the head coach, the coordinator, but then even on top of that, when you're in your same position room day in and day out, 24/7 with each other, you're going to talk about little nuances that you might not got talked about somewhere else. And I think to have the front 4 of us on the same page as rushers as we attack the offense and stuff like that is going to be really exciting. And I think he's just fully bought in and just ready to go and have a career year this year.
Hey, Zach, I want to ask you another one, a crazy one. I've never talked more than I have this offseason about leadership. Everybody's really into leadership, especially with so many young guys. All offseason, we heard about leadership. The coach has been asked about leadership, it seems like almost every press conference. What makes a great leader in your opinion? First of all, do you believe you have to be a really good player on the team to be a leader, or it can come from anybody?
I know for a fact it can come from anywhere. And I've learned over the years just on we've had some amazing leaders through this organization while I've been here. Fitzpatrick comes to mind.
Yeah.
Wow. Calais Campbell. And seeing those guys work and seeing what they do. And obviously when Fitzy was here, him and Tua kind of rotated, right?
Right.
And he wasn't starting. He wasn't the guy here the whole time. And I still would, I'm telling you this day, he's the best locker mate player I've ever had, locker room player I've ever had. It's having that energy. It's taking time to connect with guys. How are you supposed to yell or push a guy or connect with a guy and as a player, that side-to-side lateral accountability if you don't have a relationship with them? And I think that's the biggest thing is building relationships. So when the tough times come, it's not a personal thing. It's, hey, we need to get this done. I don't care what it takes or what we need to do. How can I help you? How can I help you? And let's get this done. And you're right. That leadership needs to take charge this year and and that's what the team will actually absolutely come down to. And when the times get tough,
Fitzy, I that's funny you said that. He used to walk out before games, and it looked like 7 or 8 little puppies behind him, the tight ends, the offensive linemen. It would follow him all around before they wanted to talk to him. And then like 7 or 8 guys from the other teams he'd been on, the Buffalo Bill guys would come over, and I was like, I never seen anything like it. And he go court till he's ready. He goes, all right, guys, I'm going to warm up a little bit. Let's get ready for the game. I'm with you. I've never seen anything like it. Different level, that guy when he talks.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah. Hey, I got to ask you too, why we're on this, and everybody's just talked about this year. It's so young. There's only a handful of you guys from last year, but I thought we kept all the best players from last year and the best leaders from last year. That's just my opinion from up in the booth. But how do you feel about that when you talk about your middle linebackers and you talk about your center and you talk about some of the other positions? Still some pretty good, and yourself, pretty good group there.
Yeah, you talk about leaders. You talk about like Aaron Brewer, Jordan Brooks. Those guys have just been just absolute workhorses for the team and just amazing guys to be around. And to make that push we did at the end of the year, I know the year didn't end how we wanted, but to make that push to come up and try to even halfway have a chance at a run late in the season after how the first half went, that falls down to leadership. And those guys were the ones that it rode on. And to see them kind of stay around and to be here and have that energy and bring that juice every single day has been incredible. Obviously, we all know the old saying, "Iron sharpens iron," and to play against Brewer and like all the techniques and everything that he has and brings to the table has been incredible. And I feel we only make each other better. And that goes for Jordan Brooks, Achan, all those guys that kind of hung around from last year. So it's been really exciting to kind of work with these guys and see them try to bring along all the young guys in their rooms and just to make everyone better.
Hey, man, you come a long way from that trailer park there, brother. And you and I guess at the time, the girlfriend and the wife, and now 2 children, bro. How about that, man?
Yeah,
a lot has changed through the years.
Blessed. It's gone by in a blink, too, Joe. It's been incredible.
Well, I tell you, all the things you're doing off the field, too, are just fantastic. The videos of the new ranch and some of the stuff you've been doing is just is great. So, Zach, thank you. I'll see you out there. Tried to leave you alone because I have such a big mouth, but really appreciate you coming on this morning, and we'll see you soon, bud. Thank you.
Never bothered at all. Thank you, Joe. Have a great day.
All right, Zach Sealer, Dolphins defensive lineman, joining us this morning. Talk a little bit about the team and everything else. Very, very young team. Appreciate that. Anyway, we've got a lot of stuff. Big show lined up today as well. We'll get you caught up with a lot of other news around sports as well here in South Florida. But I do want to take a second to talk Chevy, man. If you're looking for a truck that's built for Florida work or for Florida fun, head to your local South Florida Chevy dealers. Check out the incredible Chevy lineup. If a rugged midsize truck is what you're looking for, Chevy Colorado is where capable meets comfortable. From the Colorado Custom to the ZR2, it's got the right tools to exceed your expectations or turns thing up a notch a little bit with the Chevy Silverado. From the custom Trail Boss to the Silverado EV with 10 models and 4 powerful engine choices, Silverado delivers an impressive balance of strength, dependability, and efficiency, or step up to the hardworking capability you can count on with your Chevy Silverado HD. Choose from the powerful LTZ with premium style and substance to match, or go to the biggest with a Chevy Silverado HD High Country. So for your best Florida life, Chevy's got Florida trucks perfect for you. Visit your local South Florida Chevy dealers today. Together, let's drive.
neighborhood, Joe.
Okay, scattered. All right, that's fine.
That means, did you hear? So
I got to
funny,
tell you,
when
it
I
came
talked to
down
you
hard yesterday. It came down hard in the
I know. So
afternoon.
it wasn't raining when I was speaking to you, and you told me how bad it was. And about 15 minutes later, it came.
Yeah,
because I'm pretty close to you now. So
I got the great story. We had a new weather guy come into NBC6, and really nice guy. Forgot his name, but Jackie Nesbraw was getting ready to have a party at her house. Could have been like a confirmation party or something for her daughter, and they're having the whole family. They have a big family on both sides down in Dade County, and I'll never forget, we're on the air, and before they went back there, she goes, "Hey, I'm having a party on Sunday. How's the weather look?" And he says to her, "Oh man, 100%, he's from a different market." He goes, "No, 0 chance of rain." Now, she's lived down here a long time. She goes, what? He goes, zero chance of rain. You're good. So she went out and got everything set up for outdoor. And I mean, because you got to, if it is going to be, you got to cover if you got a lot of people coming to the house and all that stuff. So it rains. So she comes in Monday. Says, "Hey, you told me you told me no rain." I say, "Yeah, man." And the message was from everybody. This new guy was from the Midwest. "Hey, man, don't ever say 0 chance of rain. Just don't do it. And if you do, you better know there's blue like 9,000 miles away from every angle from this state in South Florida, because we always seem to get a lot of rain. Although we had a nice little drought here for a while, but it's coming back, man. It's that time. It is summertime in June. And
I think it's hurricane season isn't it?
No, it is hurricane
It's just
season.
started, right?
I think it just started in June. You're right.
Okay.
Yeah. So anyway, we've been lucky the last couple of years without trying to act like a weather guy, a meteorologist, or anything close to it. Those guys all pretty smart.
Did you ever think about doing that while you were in the TV game?
No.
Sliding over to they never ask you to cover.
No, but
anything?
I got to tell you, the only place that doesn't cut back, because they're cutting back in TV like crazy. And as you know, my sports brothers and sisters are taking hits in print media, radio, and TV. The only ones that survive when you have those meetings with those jerky news directors on TV, and I had some big jerkies, when they call you in and tell you, we've done our research and nobody cares about local sports unless it's a huge story of playoffs or something. Nobody cares. And then that would be one day. And then they call you in and go, "We're going to cut you back today to a minute because we just think all the stories that you're going to do, they're done on national sports shows." No, they're not. They don't cover our team in national sports shows. They don't. Unless we got really good teams. They don't cover us. Unless LeBron's down here. Unless Tiger's doing some down. They don't cover us. Unless we have really good teams. Or the Panthers going to Stanley Cup, they follow us. They don't follow regular teams. So you have to have these things with these jerkies, complete jerkies on TV that come in.
That's true, by the way. I mean, you think last year was bad. I can't imagine this year there going to be any mention of the Dolphins on any of those shows.
But I got to tell you, I do hear my wife go, "Hey, turn on. I want to see what the weather's going to be like today." I go, "That's why. Stop it, honey. That's why."
Yeah.
Because people do want to know, right? What's the weather going to be like? Hey, I got this weekend
We
off.
want to plan ahead, yeah. But
so the meteorologists, man, they got it for that one question everybody asked during the week, like, "Oh my God, we got a weekend off, or we're going to go to that event down in Miami this weekend. What's the weather going to be like?" So they lead like, "All right, let's go to our lead meteorologist here, one of the 7 that we have on staff."
Well, a lot of the stuff on the local news is kind of depressing too, isn't it? Like all those lead stories you guys usually would hit, with hit and runs.
Well,
and
so
all
I will.
the terrible stuff
I
that
gotta
happens
tell you,
down here.
That's why so many, in honesty, I'm not making this up because I sat in on those meetings. There's a lot of news people that have worked in Miami that are national people. A lot of them. They come down here. They see everything. Like we got more hit and runs than anybody, right? People hit people and they just keep going and they're looking for them. And what a terrible, thing. And we got all kinds of news down here, man. This place is this little area of whatever it is in the 3 counties or 2 counties of 5 million, 3 counties of maybe 7 million. there's a lot of news. You know, every scam happens down here, right? We got great scams.
Yes, we're the scam capital of the world, yes.
People running here or running away from here or trying to get a fresh start. And, right? I mean,
No, there's a lot of bad stuff on the local news, man.
So anyway, I didn't mean to get going on that.
Okay, it's your former career.
Yeah,
there.
But anyway, you know, so I heard Sarah at NBC. I don't think she's gone or is getting ready to leave. I really like her. Very, very nice. Very, very. Wish her only the best. Hey, we've got all kinds of. And by the way, I want to thank Zach for coming on. Omar Kelly's going to join us. Miami Herald Dolphins columnist. Talk a little bit about yesterday's practice. Got a few more, 2 more this week, and 3 practices next week. And then those guys are off, man. That's going to be it. I see some people coming in with some really good stuff, and it's true. And I mentioned this earlier, and I'm not trying to take away. All this stuff's important every day to coach them up and teach them. And by the way, it drives coaches nuts when you have to tell them the same thing over and over again, and they can't comprehend it. And usually those guys, if they don't pick it up, and not everybody learns at the same speed. Everybody is different. But, I mean, you gotta figure this out. So I think I saw, and we're gonna play some of in the 7 o'clock hour. We're gonna play some of Coach Hafley's stuff from yesterday. Had some great stuff. And the guy we talk about more than anybody on these shows is our first round pick 3 years ago, Chop Robinson, and his expectations for him. Pretty interesting to hear because they're coaching him up. They need him. He's very open about it and how they're going to use him and all that stuff. So we're going to have that sound. We're going to have that sound coming up here. We'll hit the 7 o'clock hour with it. And because I did want to talk a little bit about, and I appreciate people picking up on, those practices you have with other teams. They're like preseason games now. You're exactly right. Those are like quizzes. They're like mini tests. Totally agree, man. Like, all right, we've been practicing. Now, how you gonna do against the Giants? How you gonna do against this team? How you gonna play? You know, I know we're not doing anything with Atlanta, but the preseason games, they're gonna be really important. Unlike years, it's been a long time since they'll have the importance that they do right now because of all the new guys and getting everybody caught up and coached up and try to figure out who can play and who can you trust going into game 1 on the road at Las Vegas. All these practices are important.
You have any feel for this thing? I know you've seen a couple of practices now. Do you have any feel for how this is going to look? Because you've seen the good, the bad, and the ugly, right? I mean, you know what it looks like on all different fronts.
I do.
Do you have any vibe or anything at all from what you've seen, or is it too early?
This structure is more to my old liking.
The way that they're running
the way they practice. They're going like Bo sitting next to me yesterday, and he goes, "Dude, check how hard they're going. No pads on." Look,
Bo's happy. Then we're in good shape.
Look at the tempo of. Mm-hmm. He watches the D line. He's possessed with the D line. All of them, every guy over there. And meanwhile, I'm watching the ball fly around to see where it's going and who's catching and stuff. But yeah, it just looks under the rules. Listen, the game has changed, and it's not gonna be like it was before ever again. But yeah, this one they get after it.
Well, when they had the worst team in football, though, what was it? The 1-win team? Like when could you tell that this thing was going to be historically bad?
Not until late in the year. First of all, we should have lost every game. Baltimore didn't go for it at the end of the game after our run defense is one of the worst in football.
You couldn't tell, like in camp or anything, that the team was going to be that bad?
They had some really good players. I don't think you ever go, hey, we're either not going to win a game this year or we're going to win one game. What, we can win 1 in 15. And you're like,
well, all these websites have them as the worst team in football side.
No.
Just curious what it looked like when you saw it. So,
well, we had some really good players on that. Hell, we had Hall of Fame players on that team.
Yeah.
Wasn't that Zach and Jason's team? Speaking of Zach was out of camp yesterday, but so that team towards the end of the year, you were like, uh-oh, we're in trouble. They lost to the Super Bowl champs. We went to England that year, and we lost by a touchdown. Like it was a good game. Defensively, we hung around. We couldn't do anything offensively. And I was like, man, we're going to be okay. we only lost by, I think it was a touchdown. If I'm off a little bit, somebody out there will know. My brother-in-law would know the score from 50 years ago, but every score of every game. But, yeah, we played against that was one of the years that Eli Manning was a quarterback, and they went on and won the whole thing. And I was like, man, we played them pretty tough. We didn't get blown out. That was a tight game. But anyway, yeah, that's I have no idea. I have no idea. But I got to tell you, I don't remember. And people have tried to tell me Brian Flores' first year had this same. And I was like, I don't know. We had a lot more veteran guys on that team. That it just to me felt different. And I get it. It didn't have a lot of weapons on the outside. And we end up winning all those games. And again, it was a well-coached team and all those things. But I don't know, man. This is this different level. Speaking of that, you signed Jalen Reagor yesterday, the new wide receiver to come in, former first-round pick who's been on a few teams. But yeah, and I wonder when these camps are over, minicamp this week and minicamp next week, do they try to pick up a few more guys to try to strengthen the 90-man and get some better players and try to get it? Or is this just, again, you're going on potential with a lot of these guys because a lot of them haven't done anything. But, hey, they've been raving about Malik Washington. They like him. Again, a guy that you tell him something one time and he's got it. And that was the thing with Mike McDaniel raved about him a year ago. Like, why do you have Malik doing so many different things? He goes, you tell him once, it's good. Whether you want him to throw the ball, fake it, go in motion. He knows everybody's job. Like Malik Washington's one of the more intelligent players on the team. But I don't know. That's a great question.
Do you have any idea what the offense is going to look like? How that's going to be designed around this quarterback? Like, is it going to be kind of a gimmicky running type of offense? Is it going to be more of a traditional? Like, do you have any idea what it's going to look like?
It's going to be run and set things up off the run.
Mm-hmm.
I know that.
We're going to run options and stuff with him?
I don't. Well, yeah, they're going to fake some things up the middle, and he's going to pull it back and take off to the outside and run just because there's highlights of him doing that in Green Bay, and they're going to do that. But the thing about him is when he does drop back and it's 3rd and 10 and somebody forgets to cover a hole and there's a crack in there between the guard and tackle or center and guards, he's going to take off and run. And I guarantee you he won't have one first down running in the season. Running the ball, he will not have one first down all season. And I'm not taking a shot at anybody. He won't have just one. He could have that after the first drive of the first game. So everybody knows
slide short of the sticks, you don't think?
He's not going to slide short of the sticks.
Sorry.
He's going to try to get.
I didn't mean to get a shot.
No. We don't do that on this show. We're trying not to do that.
It's a friendlier show now.
But hey man, they got a lot of work to do to catch up though. There's a lot of work to be done. There's no question about it. Hey, I do want to. Chop Robinson is the one guy that, honestly, and I he's the one guy everybody talks about more than anybody else. And I know all the first rounders, and we got into it yesterday, and some of the guys are like, "Oh, I don't know." Some of these guys, I'm not sure how good Kenneth Grant. Still, people not sold on Kenneth Grant. I think Kenneth Grant's going to be really good. Listen, man, they hear the noise. I don't care what they say. I think all those guys, they want to be really good. And Zach's claimed that he's put in a lot of work. And so we'll see. We'll see. And we won't know in mini camps, but we will know when we get to camp. There's no hiding it when you play against other teams. And a lot of you go out to practice and you're going to watch all those guys and see what they look like. And then obviously the preseason games. I think we're going to treat these preseason games damn near like regular season games. Man, that's the only way you're going to get caught up to go from 0 to that first game of the season. Hey, we got to go to break. 7:00 hour is coming up. Omar Kelly will join us. Plus, I want to hear what Jeff Hafley had to say about Chop Robinson. We'll have that for you coming up. But first, I want to talk to you about Chill Zone Air Conditioning. Guess what, Woody? I got to tell you, I called Melissa last night, the president of Chill Zone Air Conditioning, Melissa De Verona, and it's her baby. They've had this family-owned air conditioning company, and she answers the phone. 4:30, I called last night. I go, Melissa, I can't believe it. And coming out today, take care of it, gave me times. Didn't know a lot about what was wrong, but she said, hey, man, don't worry about it. And I got to tell you, the service, and I say this, man, and I'm not here to take shots at any other air conditioning companies, but they get a real bad reputation for bad service. They do. And not being knowledgeable when they get there to help you. And a lot of you are like, what are we going to do? It was hot. I knew it. My daughter's been running the hell out of those air conditioning units. And sure enough, one of them is out. And so anyway, we just talked about it. And when it comes to service and you're ready to try something new, when you have an air conditioning problem, you need duct cleaning, you need a new air conditioning unit, call Chill Zone Air Conditioning. Melissa will take all your calls. When this lady says, hi, can I help you? Chill Zone Air Conditioning. Good chance it's Melissa answering the phone. She's ready to get her crews out. They got great experience. They've been around for a long, long time. And they're going to make sure, again, if you're ready to try something new anywhere in South Florida, Chill Zone Air Conditioning. You're going to love the service. You're going to love the experience and everything else. Call 786-378-2778. Tell them you heard it right here on 104.3 WQAM. Say that Joe Rose was talking some serious good stuff about you, Melissa. Hey, they're good at what they do. Go to chillzoneac.com. Stay chill with Chill Zone Air Conditioning.
maybe coming today, Joe.
Yeah.
Soon to come.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's dark behind you, my
Man,
friend.
I
I
can
think the
see
sun's
that.
supposed to be out by now. So
Little hit and miss all day here. We'll see.
that's all right, though, man. It's
it's all right. Hey, man, we need the rain. It's part of the deal. When you live here, the good months, most likely in and what we're going to be getting now the next few months. Anyway, hey, last day of school in Broward County. I don't know about Dade County. We're not sure. They don't get out the same, if I'm not mistaken. But this is the last day for public school today. This is it. My favorite day, Woody, was that last day of school. Everybody's different.
I think Dade might be tomorrow, is from what I'm seeing.
Dade's tomorrow?
Might be, yeah.
Yeah.
But these are the days that they're like half days and nobody cares.
Kids aren't crazy about school going, man, I'm so glad. I can't wait for summer.
I know. I told you that was me, man. I was not a big school
That was
person.
more time for sports, man.
Yep.
That was more time and things. And fortunately, a little work I had to do in there, too. My dad was big on the having a job thing.
Yeah. God. When did you start working? What age?
10.
10? Wow.
I know it sounds weird because I had orchards close to me and I had to pick fruit.
You were doing family stuff.
Pick fruit.
Okay.
That was our job. And by the way, it wasn't just me. There were other parents in around us in this town. And right over the levees, because of the rivers, were orchards. So we had to pick fruit because it couldn't be, machines would ruin the fruit. So you had to hand pick it. So we get out there with, and try to fill up a bin. That was the goal every day. Fill up one bin and you were done.
Of what? What were we talking here? Apples?
No, not apples. That's funny. There are apples up there. No, there are apples. Up in Nevada City, there's a lot of apple ranches, which my aunt and uncle had one.
Gotcha.
Had a little apple ranch there. It was peaches and pears and prunes.
Okay. I don't know about a prune, but I love a good peach, though. Peaches are good.
All that stuff, yeah. So,
all right.
But you only had, we got up early, man, because it was hot. You got up and your goal was to get that one bin and get out. But that was, and my mother did it next to me for when I was young. She stopped when I was a little bit older. And then the afternoon, man, whatever was going on, we played basketball in the gym and the baseball was going. It was great. It was great stuff. Great stuff. I know it's a little bit different now, but if any kids want jobs, there's a whole bunch of them out there. Always hiring at those fast food places. Well,
I think you got to be like 15 or 16, don't you?
Oh.
To like legally work at a company.
It's a good point. You can't work for 10.
Yeah, I don't think you show up at 10. That'll be when you open a Dunkin', that'll be you have a bunch of 10.
I remember, man, I was doing that and I was in Little League Baseball. I was so jacked up. Little League Baseball. No longer in the farm team baseball. Little League Baseball.
Yeah.
Anyway, we've got Omar Kelly going to join us coming up here at 7:25. We'll talk to him. Marlins, by the way, got to mention, doesn't happen very often. Back to back home runs last night. Mac, Hernandez, and Lopez. Boy, Lopez, good God, man, have a year at shortstop. 28-34 after a couple wins, going for the sweep today before heading back home for a weekend series against Tampa Bay. We'll be telling you about a lot of cool things going on for the Tampa Bay series as well as the Arizona series in the next 6 games that will be at home. So we'll be getting you caught up on that here during the show. And yesterday, Jeff Hafley, of course, everybody wants to know about Chop. Listen, we need Chop to be good because we don't have a lot of pass rushers. And so here we are, year 3 for Chop. And so Jeff Hafley was asked about him, how you going to be used, what's Chop got left, what's different for Chop this year. Here's the head coach.
Well, hopefully he becomes an every down player. I think, the easy answer is his pass rush, his get off, his ability to affect the quarterback, but I'm looking for a lot more from Chop. He's going to play a position where he's going to line up in a 9 technique and play on tight ends, and he has to set the edge, and he's going to have to reduce down to a 6 technique and play through tight ends. He might reduce down and play a 5 technique. There's going to be pass rush times when he's going to be coming off the edge. We might slide him around, move him around to put him in good situations, but he needs to become a complete football player going into year 3, and we have high expectations for him. We need to coach him. We need to develop him. but the guy's got such a good attitude. He's working so hard, and I'm excited to see where that goes.
Wow. How about that? I mean, that's a coach right there that's saying, Chop, we want to let you know, I don't know what you've done, or I do know because I've looked at every tape, but we expect more out of you. And as a defensive coordinator, the last couple of years in Green Bay, man, it's my job to oversee this and make sure we get more out of you. We do not want you to just be a pass rush specialist for second and third and long, and then we got to take you out every time because people are going to run right at you. And he made it clear, like, hey, I believe in you. I don't care. Whatever's happened the last 2 years, let's coach them up. They got a different guy coaching them this year. And as we talked to Zach Sealer about. So, okay, so if you're wondering, we're not going to get anything out of Chop, don't tell the head coach that. So watch that one. That one will be, speaking of all the different things once camp starts up. But, yeah, pass rushers are important, and guys that can play first, second, and third down with Zach Sealer and the rest of those guys going to be really crucial to this team. But I thought that was great. Just so everybody's clear, it was all like, hey, man, he's got a lot of talent. We got to get it out of him, and not just a pass rusher. We're going to move him around. And by the way, if you're wondering what all those numbers, you heard 9, you heard a 6, you heard a 5, starting really wide and working your way in, man. That's all you have to know. So you don't get caught up in numbers of what they all mean and where you might line up. Sounds like they're going to try to line up anywhere he can get a mismatch and affect the game with pressure and sacks. And by the way, you don't have to get sacks on every one. The pressures can be just as important, putting a guy getting in his face as he's getting ready to throw it, being able to hit him and all those other things. So, yeah, that was pretty good. That was pretty good stuff. Wonder as he puts this together. So Jeff Hafley is a head coach, obviously, but is going to call defensive plays during the season and still make his way around the field to see what's going on and be involved in both sides of the ball. But he knows what this he knows right now what this team has and doesn't have. He knows potentially what they can have, the upside of some of these guys. But I think they're going to get real creative on defense, man. I think there's going to be a lot of blitzing. I expect a lot of blitzing. If you can't get there with 3 or 4 guys when you do stop the run, we're going to blitz you. I got no problem. Just bring it. Bring it. I'm not going to let all these quarterbacks coming in. It was a who's who of quarterbacks are on our home schedule, especially. I mean, this is as good a group. Like when you look at all the top quarterbacks, man. Dolphins starting with Josh Allen twice. You're going to see a really good batch of quarterbacks this year, and you got to get pressure. So I am not going to be surprised on a lot of third down blitzes from 6 yards and up, getting after people. So anyway, we got all that. We're going to be checking in with Alex Dono later in the show as well, talking about recruiting, which seems to be going really well. And even when Mario comes up a little short, he's in the party. He's in the party, and I have learned this. It started years ago when a guy makes a verbal commitment. They go, okay, that's great. Would you still like to come see our school before school starts back up? Would you like to still take your recruiting trip to? We'd love to have you down there. I know you've committed. You made it clear you're going to LSU. You're going to Ohio State, but we'd love to get you down there. Because he believes he gets you down here and you see what's going on. Miami, Coral Gables, beautiful place to start with. And if you can, bring your family. We think you're going to like it. We think you're going to like what we're doing. So we'll see. By the way, I got to give Texas A&M spent a lot of money. They're in everybody's party right now too. But it's been a dogfight. Texas A&M, Miami, LSU's been in the party. Kiffin has really he's going after it too, and
yeah, he sure is.
No, he
slander every program he can.
Well, they're all doing it. Coach at Texas is going after people. Texas Tech, by the way, is been in the party for a lot of players as well. So
the good news
been
is
fun
we're
to
like
watch.
5 weeks away from media day up there in Charlotte. Yeah,
really?
yeah, it's like the middle of July, 5 or 6 weeks away. So
Can I-
this offseason has been, I don't know what you think. I think it's just brutal. Just this constant, like, whether it's court cases or people trying to figure out rules, or just every offseason seems to get worse. You notice that the past handful of years?
Yeah,
like, there's
it
just
is.
more drama,
It
more
is,
crap.
but
I'm just ready for the open
I'm-
up camp and play games.
I'm numb
The
to it.
actual good stuff. But
I'm numb to it. I will say one I do care about that really bothers me that we're even having this
the
conversation.
gambling one.
The Brandon Sorsby
Yeah.
thing drives me nuts. I know yesterday some people were giving me a hard time. It just
Were
drives
they?
me nuts.
Like, how so? Like, what, they think he should just be forgiven?
No, it's just like so he's one of the best quarterbacks. He's like number one transfer portal quarterback, if
Uh-huh.
I'm not mistaken. Like everybody wanted him.
Well, I'm sure he can play. That's why they paid him like they did.
$6
Yeah.
million.
Okay.
Texas Tech goes $6 million plus. And they obviously didn't know he had a gambling problem. Nobody did. So I love the fact that Texas Tech took him and they didn't know. So then they get him in rehab once they find out, hey, our guys can't walk across the street without gambling on 2 cockroaches and 2 rats racing. So they do it. So now the NCAA is coming out. He broke the one rule that just, and I'm sorry if you heard this yesterday. The one big rule is you can't bet on your own team to win or lose. And honestly, in college, you can't bet on other sports at your team at school because all the inside information of all the athletes all know each other. Common sense. So they told him the NCAA did the right thing and said, your eligibility, you're done. Permanently ineligible. I don't care. You're done. Gambling is, and they got it. They got different rules on different gambling, from gambling professional sports to gambling. And obviously the worst thing is gambling on your own team. We've seen it. We see guys get suspended. We see guys are done. We see guys trying to hang in the league there and fighting it. So they're trying to get this thing turned over. I guess they're going to make a ruling. The judge is going to have a ruling on this in the next 7 days or so, because he wants to get to the supplemental draft for the NFL, which leads me to part 2. What friggin' NFL, starting with the commissioner, who, by the way, is super sensitive to this issue too. Last thing you want is to find out guys are betting on their team to win or lose. We've had a handful. Remember, they suspended guys for a year.
It's the biggest issue that we have right now in professional sports. And it goes through all the sports now.
Yeah.
Right? Remember, it used to be player safety for a little minute there, and then they were like, nah, we're going to do it. It's best in the name of TV money. But
so when they had this conversation, and this really talented guy, if he loses his year, and they're going, all right, I'd like getting a supplemental draft, doesn't the league go, whoa, slow down there, Charlie. We don't need you on any one of our teams, no matter how well you throw the ball and your leadership. I don't know, man.
We got ourselves a little predicament here, don't we?
Yeah, what are we going to do, Roger Goodell? I'm guessing Roger's going to go, slow down, Charlie.
You can't ban him.
You can't play in the NCAA. How the hell are you going to play in the NFL?
Are you going to ban the guy for life from football?
I think so.
I'm guessing the judge in his backyard will be
the backyard judges.
Friendly.
The backyard judges have not been friends to the NCAA.
No.
I agree. You mess this up, NCAA. It's your fault. He's got a gambling problem.
Well,
All
he's
right.
cured now. You forgot that part of it, though.
35 days.
He's better.
35
He's a
days.
Changed man.
I got to tell you, unless you go to Recovery Unplugged, 35 days might work. I got to tell you something. I do want to tell you, May's behind us. Everybody knows that was Mental Health Month. But, hey, man, mental health is something everybody's talking about. You have in your family. You have it with friends. It happens, whether it's depression, anxiety, something that's got you knocked off the road a little bit. Sometimes it's a relationship. Sometimes it's loss of job. Something can happen, man. And all of a sudden, usually when you get down, you can get out. But sometimes, man, things just get real bad and you're in a hole and you can't get out. Recovery Unplugged's mental health residential program in Fort Lauderdale is your private sanctuary to reset. Dr. Barry and the team blend expert care with music-based healing. So I went down there, spent a few hours with Dr. Barry and the staff. That music-based healing is unbelievable. I mean, just fantastic. Comfortable space, super private, really good people where you can get great results and get back on the track again. They accept most major insurance plans. Call 954-737-4508 or visit recoveryunplug.com. Listen, if you're going through it and you need some help, and it's okay, man, it happens to everybody, including men. If you're going through it, make the call, check them out, go to recoveryunplug.com. Dr. Bear and his staff would love to meet with you and help you out a little bit. If you know somebody going through it, same deal. Let's heal out loud, even in June.
WQAM, broadcasting live from the Ed Moore Saga
Now at lower prices, always top quality. Wild Fork Meat and Seafood Market.
Looking to save on dinner? Head to Wild Fork for quality meats at incredible prices. Stock up on favorites like pork spare ribs, starting around $2.38.
You could even last up to an hour or more and
IHOP value menu is just $6.
I told you it was amazing. A huge plate of pancakes, bacon, and eggs is just $6.
Wow.
There's also French toast, a ham and cheese omelet, and oh, they got a BLT and fries now.
Okay, we're coming here every day.
You don't have to tell me twice.
Feast for just $6 with the IHOP value menu. $7 in some locations, available every day for a limited time at participating restaurants in the U.S. Hours may vary. No substitutions. Not valid with other discounts or promotions. Prices may vary.
It is time to head out to the Toyota of Hollywood online shop. Over 2,000 Toyotas on sale. One location, Toyota of Hollywood on 441 between Hollywood and Sheridan. ToyotaofHollywood.com. Joe.
All right, Woody. And we got some news breaking here this morning that's just coming out as Omar Kelly joins us from the Miami Herald, Dolphins columnist. Chris Greer is going to be got a job with the Lions as a personnel executive.
Cool.
So, yeah, Chris landed on his feet while the Dolphins are paying him. That would be somebody else we're paying while they're working for somebody else. Hey,
offset language, that means you pay less.
Right. Yeah. Oh, you know what? Let's do that one with Tua. So Tua's going to make 53 minus 1.3. Yeah, we're still paying a lot of money. Hey, Omar, just wanted to get your take yesterday on overall on what you saw, even though they were practicing on the far field. Hopefully we get them on our side if we get this practice in without rain and lightning and thunder today. What'd you think yesterday from last week to this week?
A lot of things that saw continued, but then I also saw some running plays, which was very interesting when they went to 11 on 11s. That was encouraging. I thought Malik Willis did a lot better from execution standpoint. He scrambled around. He found I think it was a Tolbert, basically.
Yeah, he did catch Tolbert on one. He did. Yeah.
Yeah. And it was good. It was good. Solid day. I mean, I know his first pass was an interception to Juju Brents, but I thought he had a solid day, and Quinn continues to catch my eye. He
does. Quinn Ewers looks good. I'm glad I wrote that down because people think I'm a Quinn Ewers hater, and I'm not. He's throwing the ball really well. I noticed that last week, and I should have said something. Yeah. And that's just watching him throw, and he looks good. The arm looks strong. He's been accurate. I agree with you.
He makes aggressive throws. He throws aggressive passes,
I think those three games really helped him last year, Omar, getting all that playing time. I think no matter what system, just getting a chance to get out there.
Yeah, he said his he's no longer swimming. He's treading water now, which is a great thing in terms of the offense. It's not the same, but there's a lot of carryover. And they have their subtle differences in terms of how they like things, but the fact that Quinn has been here and he knows the offense a little bit better, it benefits him. I'm curious to see if actually playing with receivers and weaponry that he's familiar with benefits him as well.
That's a good point because his guys that he was throwing to last year are on the football team. You're right. Hey, I do want to ask you. I always go by Jeff Hafley, and guys, he makes it a point to talk about. Man, he's been raving about Malik Washington, first of all, and I knew this from last year, and I brought it up this morning, Omar, with Mike last year as a head coach. Malik Washington picks up things quickly, man. You can put him anywhere, and it's like you tell him once, and it's like, dude, he doesn't make mental mistakes. And so he's really been raving about Malik Washington, the wide receiver.
Yeah. I don't know if raving, but yeah, Malik is clearly ahead of the rest of the pack, probably Jalen Tolbert also in terms of chemistry. I think they're at the point where they're probably going to try to experiment with Malik doing other things outside of playing slot receiver. And I think that's a wise move. Malik has some talent. He's proven he's an NFL player. Now, has he proven he's number 1 or number 2 wide receiver in the league? Well, that's to be determined.
Hey, Omar, I would love to see, and we saw him lined up over on our side. The defensive guys were over. That Juju Brents, I forget how big a guy he is. If he could stay healthy, he played really well before he got injured last year after they picked him up. Well, I'll tell you what, that would sure, we talk about these guys, they're getting their chance, and if he can stay healthy, he's just got a little something to him, like, I know I can play, and he's
Absolutely.
a physical guy. Do you feel that way with him too?
No question. He moves differently than everybody else. He's clear cut. My favorite to be the starter, probably quarterback number 1. The problem that we have is he has never stayed healthy in his NFL career.
Right.
And I don't know how you fix that for players, to be honest with you. Maybe you got some magic recipe, but you're playing and your foot breaks. How is that your fault? But you didn't break your foot, but that's what's happened to Juju Brents. And he is very linear, long and lean, but he moves well. He kind of plays like a praying mantis. It's all over the place.
I don't know where Storm Duck is right now. I know he's not
rehabbing.
back. Yeah, okay. And I don't know how long before he's going to be back. I was trying to thank you for saying it the right way here. But I would not be surprised if we start this year Juju Brents, Chris Johnson, and Jason Marshall as 3 corners.
Absolutely.
3 and 1 guy inside. You agree with that? That could be your.
Absolutely. Those are probably the front runners to be the 3 cornerbacks.
Who joins Dante Trader back there? Is that guy on the team? And let's just play the guys that are on the team right now.
Who joins Dante Trader? Zane Anderson, which is a guy we've requested to talk to today. He's a guy that obviously comes from Hafley, the Green Bay days, and been a special teamer out there. And this is a young man who probably knows his system and his scheme, and he seems to be going to get the first crack at that safety spot. And then obviously Lonnie Johnson Jr. Is in play as well. The one thing I love about this situation is they're not playing favorites. If you want it, come get it. And everybody has an equal opportunity to prove themselves. Yes, they want to see things out of certain players, especially the highly drafted players like Chop Robinson, who, by the way, has told us that he's putting on weight.
Saw that.
His goal is to be 265 pounds, which is great. He said Austin Clark is all over his backside. He's on me about everything, and I've seen that, and that's what we can expect from Austin Clark. Austin Clark is going to get you better.
They get after it. By the way, Bo kind of got my head going that way. Goes, watch those guys in these drills over the defensive line. They're going full speed over there, and I was like, wow, you were right. I want to ask you because Jeff Hafley said a lot of nice things about potential and what he expects of Chop Robinson. What's your take on Chop Robinson and what Jeff Hafley had to say about him? How he's going to use him, his expectations for him are high, and by the way, playing first, second, and third down.
Sure. That's the goal. That's the vision. We're putting on weight to do so. Hopefully it's not just bad weight. Hopefully it's gets stronger as well. I don't think Chop's work ethic has ever been the question. It's just a matter of can he get the job done as an edge setter, and we won't know that for quite a while. But I think he's going to do everything in his power to get better and be positioned to do his job. But keep in mind that's not the only edge setter that you need to find. You got to find another one.
You're right. That's just one. I agree. But we're so, Chop's always at the top, and Kenneth Grant's another one that's everybody talks about because they're both first round picks over the last couple of years.
I heard he had a good practice yesterday. I didn't really necessarily pay attention to it, but I'm curious. I just want to see Kenneth Grant come into camp in one of the best shapes of his life. And it doesn't help when your two other draft mates have completely unbelievable. One's got an unbelievable body, one's completely redefined his body, and then there you are. So, and that's part of the thing, Joe, when you get drafted with peers at your position. And I've always loved that. I learned it from Jeff Ireland. That puts added pressure on everybody. It's like an internal pressure cooker for all those guys. And unfortunately, usually the second guy drafted is the one who turns out to be the best.
I always disagree with you on one thing with the defensive lineman. You cannot go by bodies. We've seen some guys, especially that play inside with the belly, that have been really good players.
I don't have a problem with people who play with bellies. I don't. That's not a problem.
There's been some really good guys that didn't necessarily, when they took their shirts off, you went, wow. That doesn't match up.
I mean, I didn't go wow when Christian Wilkins took his shirt off. It's not a wow thing. I'm just. It's the work. Are you putting in the work? And I don't think Kenneth Grant will ever be slim and sexy. But the question is, are you putting in the work necessary to live up to your potential?
It's hard, though, when you got the energy of the coach who's got a great reputation. You got Zach Sealer and all those guys. How do you not get caught up to work just as hard? It's almost like he doesn't have a choice, because he realizes nobody cares you're a first-round pick and you got a big signing bonus. Bro, this is on now, man. And, Zach's pushing you. You got the guy next to you that everybody's raving about. He and Trader have been the talk of early on of just how good they've been.
Absolutely.
So, how do you not go, damn, I got to get rolling with this, right?
I don't disagree with you. And but it's up to everybody. Everybody's got an internal thing that drives them, and hopefully yours makes you a workaholic, Joe. And that's who you are. That's how you're wired. It's not everybody's got that thing, Joe.
No, everybody works differently. I get it, but he's just obviously got so much talent, which I have talked on a morning walk during football season last year. With our defensive line coach, who's a Golden Bear, and we talk, and he goes, he's got crazy talent, man. It's real. I wanted, you remember who wanted him. His coach is the one that his coach was jumping up and down when they got him. He goes, we did all the work on him, and they think Kenneth Grant's got a chance to be one of the special. I know we have to see it, though. I'm not disagreeing, but everybody's aboard. It's there to be taken.
Jordan Phillips, the first version of him, he had a ton of talent as well. You just couldn't get it out of him.
That's true. That's true. No, we and by the way, some teams did. Dallas didn't.
No. Some teams didn't. Buffalo accepted him being lazy. That's why
he made some plays for him. He
made some plays for his offense. We just had to accept him being lazy.
No. He was one of those guys that the original guy is yes. He was. Boy, you could get to him. It was amazing. Of all the guys that you were renting space in his head, we walk by and he's coming off and he's just off practice, and he just went after a 2-hour hard practice, and he's still got another one to go, and he just be looking over at you, and I go, dude, don't you have other things to worry about than Omar calling you out for taking plays off and not with all the talent, he did have, by the way, ridiculous talent.
He had ridiculous talent.
So you'll put up, by the way, if a guy got ridiculous talent and he's a part-time, he gives it to you part-time, even though you don't like it, you'll take the full-time part of it, knowing that he's got times you're like, how is this guy kicking your ass?
He has tried so much with so many other teams, and Buffalo, the only team that accepts him for who he is. And
made some plays for him.
Yeah,
he did make some good plays for him. Hey, so we've got minicamp today and tomorrow, and then next week a few, and then you expect to make a lot of changes on the 90, or do you think mostly these guys? I know we added Jalen Rieger, the wide receiver.
I love that, because don't ignore what you're seeing. Don't ignore what you're seeing. And I love that sign. It sends a great message. Don't ignore what you're seeing. You're seeing receivers not making plays.
Yeah.
Okay, go do something about it.
Right. It's a great opportunity for him. I mean, he's bounced around pretty good, but this is another chance for him.
Yeah. Now he'll probably enter here, probably the most experienced receiver on the team. Like, okay, it's another opportunity. The Giants just signed Odell Beckham, who we saw here was done. Stick a fork in him, done.
He was more into a social media guy in the parking lot and those one-handed behind-the-back catches and warm-ups that he had all those guys doing. Yeah, I mean, he got some great social media stuff down here for all his followers.
You
think he's done? You think he's done, or does he?
Oh, yeah, he had not. I liked him, but when I watched him on the field, he was done. I don't know if it was a knee injury that he was coming back from. He was cooked. And then they signed Braxton Berrios too. Never really been a Braxton Berrios
did.
fan.
You're right. No, they signed they're signing a lot of
Smith-Schuster.
Yeah. Oh my God, all three of them.
They got a TikToking team over there. TikTok and Dayton social media girl team.
Yeah. They'll be good at that. All those influencers, we see a lot of those around trying to outdo each other on the sideline. No question about it. Hey, Omar, thank you, man. I'll see you out there in a little while. Appreciate you coming on.
Yeah, you should get Hollywood to come out there and watch some action.
Now, Woody been talking trash about some of those writers. He can't show up out there.
No, I got to make peace with him and Joe Shad. I could make it happen.
Joe's fine.
I can make it happen.
Fine. Joe's fine. Yeah, Joe's all right. Hey, all right. Thanks, Omar. We'll work on it.
I can work on peace. I can make it happen.
What do you want to take you more jabs?
I don't want any trouble. I hope you guys get rained out today, actually.
Oh, that's great. That's a nice thought. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thanks, Omar.
All right, guys.
All right. Hey, I want to talk about a couple guys that I've known for a while and I hope you never have to go through an injury of a slip and fall at work. And I hope you never have to go through an automobile accident or a motorcycle accident. If you're on the motorcycles, hey, man, if you do, though, I do love telling you about Harvey Cohn and Gary Judah, because I know what they put into it. I know they don't hand off to other lawyers. I know they do all the work from start to finish, and I know the results, what they're going to be like. I know what their communication skills are. There's no reason not to go with Gary and Harvey. And I got to tell you, I know there's some beautiful, beautiful TV ads going on right now from some big law firms. And then you find out when you get there, I'm just warning you, like, oh, that guy's going to represent me. The guy that walks in and says all the nice things about what he's going to do for me. And you go, no, he's going to hand you off to one of the attorneys in the other room that have 200 to 300 cases they're handling right now. And you're not going to be a priority. Let's just get right to it. If you want to be a priority, you want somebody who's got great communication skills, going to keep you up to date, that has 30 plus years of experience, going to handle your case from start to finish, big enough to go to trial and can get you multi-million-dollar results, small enough just to call you back even on a weekend, and you'll have their number to call them if something's bothering you. Go to ConanJudah.com. Read the reviews, man. People are saying unbelievable things about the work they've done, and they'll do it for you too. Go to ConanJudah.com, 866 fair fee. Remember this. By the way, if you're not happy where you are right now, you can always come over to Harvey and Gary. And remember, they don't pay other lawyers to do the work that you hire them to do.
headlines. Without further ado, here's Hollywood.
All right, Woody, what do you have for us here today?
All right, Joe, how's this for a big number? Spurs Thunder Game 7 drew 15.9 million viewers. Getting close to like NFL numbers, NFL regular season numbers.
Boy, the NBA, man. All that stuff, all those guys told me I'm done with that league.
Yeah,
too many threes and flopping. I don't know, man. And
I
think numbers.
Game peaked at 22.2.
Oh, Lord. Can you imagine the numbers for this series?
This is going to be huge, yes.
And by the way, one of the teams is San Antonio. Not exactly a big market. Great Mexican food. Not a great market, not a big market. But they got a star, man. People are going to watch.
Yeah. Well, speaking of watching, Joe, Jeremy Lin is going to be joining ESPN's NBA Finals coverage. They, I guess, continue to bring new people in.
Who's doing that again?
Jeremy Lin. You remember?
No,
him?
I remember Jeremy Lin.
Oh, who's doing the rest of the show?
Who was it? Who was it? You saying it's ESPN?
Well, hopefully you're going to get the inside the NBA crew. But
yeah.
I don't know. Jeremy Lin is going to be bouncing around doing different shows and stuff. So
anything they
you'll
do,
be seeing him around there.
Those guys should be on as much as possible.
You don't want to see Michael Wilbon?
No, I don't want to see any of those guys.
Stephen A. Any of those guys?
No, I really don't.
They're so good at what
I
they
want to
do.
see, because you get the entertainment and they take some jabs at each other and somehow they even race each other. They fall. I mean, it's like they're unbelievable. They're great.
All right, Steph Curry, his deal with Under Armour is done, Joe, and he has signed a $400 million deal with Li Ning.
No wonder all of a sudden he liked those shoes so much.
Yeah.
He said, man, they feel great. I tried them on. This is the one. I'm like, okay.
This is the same company that Dwayne Wade went and signed with. I want to say Jimmy Butler.
Yeah, I think you're
also
right.
has a deal with these
both
guys.
Those guys.
Now, Dwayne used to be with Jordan, and it was like the coolest thing ever. And then he switched to this, and he had Converse too. His Converse shoes were awesome. And then he switched to this, and I never saw his shoes ever again. I don't know where people buy these things from. I don't know if people do buy them. Maybe they don't buy them here. I don't know, but
I don't know either. But there's a big market over in China.
Yes, I would imagine.
Big basketball market over there.
Yeah.
Man.
Well,
hey. $400 million?
Yeah.
Is that what you said? For a guy 38 years old?
It's worked out nice. All the Curry stuff's on clearance on the Under Armour website, so snatch it up.
Wow.
Yeah. And one more for you here, Joe.
You like to make that in your career as a basketball player.
Yeah, I know.
Steph Curry's going to be joining that B club. Hello, B club.
Yeah, you would think.
We got a lot of athletes, man, going to be part of that B club, especially in the NBA.
Yep. Steph's got to be, I would guess, pretty close as is, right?
Yes.
To look him up.
LeBron's way over.
LeBron's over for sure.
Yeah,
yes.
no, way over. Yeah. Got a couple golfers way over. Tiger's done just fine with all the different people, even though he hasn't played well for a while.
So it says Steph's earned $532 million in on-court salary.
Yeah.
He made $60 million last year. He's got all kinds of endorsements.
Well, the shoes are not a bad way.
He's got a media company.
The shoes aren't a bad way to go.
No.
That's like, you know who else is Peyton Manning's got to be worth? I heard his production company's worth $400 or $500 million.
Yeah, it must be. They pump out a lot of
Brady's got a big production, and LeBron. I think those are three guys, former players that have big production companies for all these documentaries they're doing.
Yep.
Crazy.
All right, Joe, our final one here. With Spirit Airlines being shut down, we got to find somewhere to, put their customer base. So Frontier had quite an incident go down here. They had a flight that was heading from Puerto Rico to Chicago.
Yeah.
We had a passenger disturbance, a guy who tried to not only breach the cockpit, but he also tried to rip open the emergency exit door. I don't know if he was planning on skydiving or like what is. I
don't know. You never know.
Luckily, there was a former MMA fighter who was on the plane and handled this guy.
Oh, he took him right down.
Seems pretty easily. They did get him restrained. They landed nicely enough. They landed in Miami for their emergency landing. So,
man, you got to have. It's funny. I sat next to one of those UFC fighters on my way home.
Did you really?
From Dallas to back here.
How do you know?
The guy had fought in California. I could tell he's still cut up from the night before.
Yeah.
Well, the ears too. And the other guy, first thing you look at is the ears, but second of all, thought he had broken his hand, swollen.
Oh, you talked to him? Well, you talked to
No,
everyone on the plane,
everybody.
but,
Come on, man. He's sitting next to me.
Who was he? You know who he was? Did you get his name?
I didn't. I want to bug him.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even.
Like
you know what?
fan.
It's funny. We talked a lot and talked about because he fights out of Coconut Creek.
Everyone does, it seems like, right?
And he was, and I didn't want to bug him. I never did ask because he was so beat up. I was going to ask him. I didn't think it was time to be funny.
Mm-hmm.
I was going to how'd you do in this fight, dude?
Maybe you won.
Because he said he kept fighting. He goes, were you able? He goes, yeah, I didn't feel it, man. It was my adrenaline. I didn't even. Said, but I think I messed it up.
Funny thing is, the guy on this plane was wearing a shirt that says jiu-jitsu on it. So he was in his fighting uniform.
By the way, that would be right away, all right, I messed. All right, I didn't know before I opened my mouth after having too many drinks. It was you. I'm sorry. Let me pick up your tab.
We need to crack down on these people, though, don't we? At some point, we need to give someone a life sentence. No parole, nothing, no chance of getting out.
That person should never be allowed banned from planes.
Yes. Well, planes, they should be banned from society.
Oh, I don't know, Woody. I can't throw everybody in prison.
If you are the reason a plane has to stop,
no, I agree,
mid-flight because you're trying to jump out the emergency exit door.
Oh no, I take it a step further. If you're an idiot, because everybody's now been on a plane, that somebody is so drunk.
Mm-hmm.
And just being a clown, and the person next to him's also been drinking, but going, shh, you're getting a little too loud. Your ass should be done.
Yeah, I don't see how you release someone like this back into society.
I don't know.
I just don't know how you do it, but
a little scary though, Wood, to your point. Yeah, very scary.
Be careful on some of those. Well, now there's, I guess, just one.
Yeah.
The budget airlines. Is that what they call them? Is that the friendly term?
I don't know, man. Why are you taking shots at somebody went out of business? Dude.
I'm not taking shots. Spirit was, they had their fair share of issues.
I know, but a lot of people lost jobs, man.
Oh, it sucks. It's terrible.
It sucks.
I don't know what they're going to do with all those planes that are sitting around.
I don't know. Maybe somebody figure out something how to make it work.
Start a new airline.
Yeah, that's what we need. Another airline. Hey, I'll tell you what we need, Woody. We need to tell you about what's going on right now with the Marlins. They got a game today. I think 1 o'clock start today, 1:05 start today against Washington, going for the sweep. Coming home, getting ready for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. The Rays will be in town, and the Rays are not playing well right now after being really, really hot for a while. They have slowed down a little bit. So for that Citrus Series coming up June 5th through the 7th, you got $1 hot dogs presented by Salen's. I'd eat 5 or 6 of those bad boys right now. 90s Night presented by Coors Light, SpongeBob Day, Pride at the Park, and more deals going on. Plus special ticket packages include exclusive merchandise. Don't miss it. Get your tickets now, marlins.com/tickets. You don't have things to do. You don't have to worry about weather. We got the top, beautiful park if you want to go out and watch the Rays and the Marlins. And don't miss the Diamondbacks, June 9th through the 11th. Bring your crew because they got the 4 for $44, my favorite deal that they have. 4 for $44. Presented by Pepsi, you get 4 tickets with hot dogs, popcorn, and drinks, all for just $44. Coming up, the Marlins and the Rays, followed by the Diamondbacks.
Right.
brought to you by Tornado Roofing and Contracting, helping keep your home and family safe when the storms roll in. Visit tornadoroofing.com for your free roof and window estimate. Joe, we have scattered thunderstorms throughout the day here. And how about this for a storm? We got the Detroit Lions have hired former Dolphins GM Chris Greer as a personnel executive.
Yeah, I think Dan Campbell, I'm guessing, had a really good relationship from his time here with Chris Greer.
Well, he wasn't on the open market long.
No.
They looked at his body of work and said, we need him in here. Yeah.
I got to be honest with you, though. Well, not everybody, but a lot of GMs. We got 3 or 4 GMs on our staff right now, former GMs. In case you didn't notice any of those names.
I know, but why would you want his input on anything?
I think
he needed a breather, didn't he?
I think a lot of GMs look at Jeff Ireland, assistant GM. They rave, with the Saints, and you're like, I mean, he said things that he said something like, and then he was mad at everybody about, like, and I think Chris Greer is a really nice guy and easy to work with. I'm guessing his days of going out and going all over the country as a scout are done. Those have been over for a long time. But
that would really sting, by the way, if the Lions, and it's I like rooting for the Lions with Dan Campbell, but if they won a Super Bowl and Chris got a ring, that would sting.
Not really.
Yeah.
Well, how would it sting?
It would sting.
You get a job. What do you think? He's got final say on
what
but the draft looks like, or the 53-man roster?
Take all the money, leave this thing in shambles, and then go get a ring would be
no. That doesn't sting.
That one would sting.
Jeff Ireland as with the Saints, if they wouldn't sting as assistant GM, there's only one that would sting, and that's our quarterback in Atlanta gets a Super Bowl championship, and I'm gonna be forced to move back to Marysville and live with my father and leave my family. It would be that bad. Atlanta goes on a great run, and they do the Patriots special, and Tua breaks every record. That would. I'm just being honest. You want to talk about one that would sting right now? That would sting. Jimmy Butler winning a championship at Golden State when they're looking really good.
Mm-hmm.
That would sting. Mm-hmm. That would sting on me. I'm not a fan.
I know. The Tua thing's very unlikely, but Chris has a much better
Honestly,
shot.
The Golden State thing is very unlikely from here on out. Not even close.
Probably.
No, probably.
They'd have to land another star.
First of all, Steph Curry now, as you've seen, cannot stay healthy and play big minutes every night.
No.
Can't. He's got to take nights off.
They'd have to bring in like Giannis or something.
And then he'll play 30 or 40 games.
Because Draymond Green still thinks he's a good player. So that's a problem.
I don't know, man. It's clear cut. The two teams that just played each other look like they're going to be around for a while. Oklahoma City and San Antonio. I don't know. I don't even know who the third team. To me, it's a drop-off after those two teams.
I think OKC is going to reload a little bit. I think they'll be tough for a while here. But, yeah, these teams, like the Knicks, I don't know, the Knicks get back again next year? Like they better try to end the drought this time around because it's not a given that you get back there, man.
I got to tell you, after what you told me, the ratings for San Antonio and OKC, I can't even imagine.
Tonight's going to be a monster, yeah.
No, the numbers throughout this series are going to be, listen, we're all in. We're all in on, like, all right. Very few things that keep me awake way past my hours now to get up so early, but this series has got me. And neither one of them are my teams, but this one's got me to stay up and see what it looks like. You know, in the microscope everybody's under for this thing, especially the Knicks players. We just saw what happened to an all-star, one of the better players for OKC who disappeared. He's still getting killed.
But that was like you talk about it disappearing, like that was next level. He looked afraid.
Hey, you don't think it was a little wake-up call for the center who always gets ripped? Nobody gets ripped more than the New York Knicks center until this year.
Mm-hmm.
He has been a walking, right, everybody takes shots at him. They traded him to give you an idea.
Weak, but we'll see how he holds up in this series. It'll be interesting.
He better play. I don't know how
Wemby's not exactly the most physical player either. So
no, but when your stuff goes up, Wemby goes about 13 feet high.
Mm-hmm.
He goes a good couple of feet over the basket, doesn't he?
Well, the question is how good can Brunson be in this series, right? They got guys that can guard him on that team. So
I think Brunson's going to get his. I just think he is just.
They're going to need guys like Bridges and Anunoby to have a good series, I would think.
That's true. No. They've been doing it with a starting five. By the way, they are driven by both. Most of their numbers come from their starting five, but they've been able to get, a lot of nights. All five of them are in double digits.
Feels like the Knicks are going to have to play a very physical brand of basketball.
Oh,
here,
I
right?
think both teams are going to get after it. San Antonio gets after those young guys.
Yeah,
they don't back down from anybody.
And when they're getting blown out, they take cheap shots.
That's all right.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. Tonight's not a night to be worried about cheap shots, brother. And flopping, whatever you have to do.
Well, there's no floppers left, right? Oh, no. All the big floppers are out.
Everybody can flop a little bit. Everybody can flop a little bit.
The best of the best are out, though.
Who's the best?
Elite flopper.
Who's the best flopper?
Shea's a good flopper. James Harden is James Harden's got to be the best ever, right?
Yeah.
He's right in there.
It is funny, though, because watching Shea in that last game, he was going down. He still goes down after every shot. He just didn't get any calls.
Down a lot, yep.
He's like, you're getting 35. You're going to have to make field goals, brother. You ain't shooting a lot of free throws tonight. Anyway, Wood, so we got Las Vegas takes game one. Nice comeback, boy, the way that thing started. Carolina went up 2-0 real quickly, but Vegas comes back and wins that game. I think everybody thinks Vegas got a good chance to win a 5-4. We got game one tonight. Big numbers. Knicks at San Antonio, and the Marlins go for the sweep today of the Nationals and hit. Hadn't happened a lot. Back home runs last night by Mac, Hernandez, and Lopez. Lopez continues to be unbelievable at shortstop. Just unbelievable. Max Meyer's on the mound as they'll go for the sweep, and of course the French Open. I'm nice. It's nice enough. Thank you for putting a French Open on here so I can watch Sabalenka play a little bit. I appreciate that very much, Woody. And we got to go to break here. But when we come back, Alex Dono is going to join us. Host of Locked On Canes and Locked On ACC podcast. Man, I got to tell you, wondering what Mario, who, by the way, will join us next week, Mario Cristobal, recruiting 2027. And Mario's not messing around from coast to coast, man. He jumping in on all. I'm not getting everybody now, but he is fighting with the big boys. And we'll get into some of that stuff, including some guys they're hoping they've been able to get. Some guys they're hoping they can still. By the way, if a guy makes a verbal commitment, Woody, and still makes a trip to your school, you still have a chance.
Yes,
it's the guy that says, hey, I'm shutting it down. This is where I'm going. I'm not going to any more schools.
Last minute offers.
No. Well, those guys are pretty good. But the guys, when they get you on campus and you're with other guys and you get that feeling like, damn, I didn't know this place. So I'm in. I'm friggin' in. Let me call mom and dad. I'm in.
Not to change the subject back, but someone had said, are you joking? Brunson is a big-time flopper. I don't think Brunson's a flopper. But
I think they all flop. What do you mean?
Well, yeah, of course they all do to an extent, but I don't think
you're
Brunson
getting physical
is like,
and you're trying to bounce somebody down low. Sooner or later, the small guy's going to go, well, screw this. He's going to try to hit me one more time. I'm going down.
You know, we had Davion Mitchell at our event, and he said Brunson's like the toughest cover that he has.
Oh, I think.
And Brunson's not like, he
plays
he's
below
not the
the
best
rim.
athlete, obviously.
No, he plays below the rim, but he creates his own shots. He doesn't need a lot.
I don't know that I'd throw him in the Harden, Shea category of flopper, but
the guy didn't say that, but he's a flopper. They all flop.
I don't know if I'd label Brunson a flopper.
You're not gonna
I don't know if
change.
that's fair. I don't know that I'd label him a flopper. Brunson's a very likable player. I don't know that I'd label him a flopper.
I just want to see a good game one tonight.
A good, clean game.
I don't care about clean. You keep bringing up clean. When are you so worried about? So you can have something to whine about tomorrow? Somebody got an elbow in the face? Will you stop, please?
Is Wemby going to throw one tonight?
I got to tell you, Riley, if you'd have been doing stuff with Riley, he'd have driven down here in one of those old 57 Chevys and kicked your ass.
No, you and Channing. You guys are all about throwing elbows.
No, what's wrong with you, though? You worry more about cheap stuff. We'll come in and talk about a great game, and you want to talk about somebody getting knocked down on a cheap shot. Is that the school you come from? You worried
soft
about
school?
Soft.
Is that what you're saying?
Soft.
Is that what you're
no
saying?
question.
You call me Carl Anthony Towns?
I'm not calling you that. That's not fair to him. Atlantic Men's Clinic, ED and Low T. Well, I'll tell you what, if you're going through it right now, man, you don't have to, guys. You don't have to. I had a long talk with Pete Prisco yesterday, and he goes, Joe, you got to be taking something. I go, yeah, Atlantic Men's Clinic. You live down here. ED and low T, man. Energy level, not where it needs to be. Getting ready to take a little vacation with my wife. I want to be able to enjoy it. I want to be able to enjoy myself and stay active and still at the end of the day chase her around a little bit in the bedroom, man. That's what I want to do. And Atlantic Men's Clinic, you get your energy, you get your sex drive, and if you're going through it, and 50% of the men, when they turn 50, will be dealing with a serious case of low T and ED. Now the question is, you want to do something about it or you just want to lie to everybody? Doesn't matter to me if you want to go around lying to everybody, but it's going to happen. When it does, if you want to get rid of it, you can. And that was the best news for me when I went to Atlantic Men's Clinic. I did all the testing, the PSA tests, met with that professional staff that comes in for the first appointment to explain everything to you. Then they look at your numbers. You look at them together. They put you on a program that is for you to get the best results. There's a reason so many men are going to Atlantic Men's Clinic. It has taken over South Florida right now. 7 locations, a brand new one in Hollywood. They're all really nice. They got great people that really know what they're doing, so you get great results. It's about your energy level. It's about getting more out of life, and it's about your sex drive. 2 things very, very important to me, and I'm guessing they're important to you too. I go to the Plantation location. Call them today. You got to set up the first appointment, hear what they have to say. And you got to get on the program. It works, and it works fast. 877-455-7300 or visit AtlanticMen'sClinic.com. Get more information. Set up the appointment. What are you waiting for? Atlantic Men's Clinic works. All right, welcome back, and good morning to everybody. We're going to be joined in just a moment here by Alex Donald, getting them all hooked up here this morning, ready to go, and talk about the Canes. It's amazing yesterday, man, when Florida Gator fans, Louie and Canes, and Louie, you know Louie, the CBS cameraman, we call him Louie. He's a pain in the ass, man. He gets going. We're joined this morning by Alex Donald. He gets going on his Gators. And so, you know, I go, hey, man, you got knocked out of the tournament in baseball, right? I go, you lost to Troy twice. And by the way, you got smoked twice. And, oh, my God, Canes lost before. And he goes, and then he went into the football thing. And I go, dude, you should really stay out of the football talk with UM in Florida. Probably not a good time to be, just to be honest. Now, you want to talk about basketball, that's one thing. But probably need to leave that one alone and then getting into everything. And the money, of course, comes up. You know how this works. As I say, good morning to Alex Donald. Good morning. How you doing, bud?
I'm doing well, Joe. And yeah, Gator fans have been loud, even talking about football, right? Despite the fact that they're coming off a 4-8 season.
Probably should leave that alone this year, too.
But they're very excited about their new coach. And I will say John Summerall is doing an excellent job on the recruiting trail. Like he's crushing it right now. He's selling the dream, right? Mario is selling proof of concept and reality. Summerall's out there doing a good job, though, selling the dream.
I think Florida, by the way, it's set up that it's a really good job. Nobody's ever questioned. They have money. The Bull Gators, there's a lot of money. Money's not an issue up there. I think they're fine. I think at some point they will be coming back. But let's talk about the machine down here in the offseason. It's hard to imagine anybody's better. He's got everybody. It's so funny. I took a step back, and this is after they lost Mark Matthews. They didn't get him, the St. Thomas #1 tackle in the country. He's going to go to A&M, at least for now, and we'll see if he sticks with it. But it is amazing. Alex, you know you follow this up close on your podcast. But it is incredible. Mario's in on just about every top, it seems like 4- and 5-star player in the country. Miami's mentioned. And even guys are making verbal commitments to other schools. Some of them are still want to take their trip down here. And I think that scares all those other schools because they do a good job. However they structure these recruiting trips and the families coming down, a lot of these guys, they get the bug. They get the Miami bug a little bit.
Yeah, and one of those players that we're watching right now is Jaden Bryant, who's a 5-star edge rusher who's currently committed, Joe. He's been committed for several months to LSU, but he had, kept his recruitment process open enough that Miami has been able to really push for Jaden Bryant. And of course, we got Jason Taylor as the defensive ends coach, and he's been landing blue chipper after blue chipper over the last couple of years. And so, Bryant, who, is still committed to LSU at this moment, but he just had his official visit to Miami this past weekend. He's tweaked his recruitment a little bit, Joe. So yesterday, it was reported that Bryant, who was also going to visit Texas A&M and South Carolina, he's canceling the Texas A&M visit, and there's suspicion he probably will cancel the South Carolina visit as well. And now it's down to LSU versus Miami, and Miami seems to have the momentum now for him.
How about that? Wow, that would be listen, it doesn't happen. It doesn't hurt that you got 99 right on time over there, Jason Taylor, to be part of that. I got to ask you about Caden Henderson. That's Jesuit High School, the top player. A lot of people think he's the best player in the state of Florida, out of Tampa Bay. How do you feel about that one?
I would say cautiously optimistic. I don't feel like that's a slam dunk or anything. So Henderson, he's the top linebacker in the class. And I will say on a side note, man, if Miami could also land Caden Henderson, this would be maybe the best linebacker class at Miami ever, or at least, going back to like the 80s or 90s, because Miami already has top 10 linebackers in A.J. Randall and Noah Glover committed, but they're still going after Henderson, right? Henderson, who's the top-ranked guy in the class. Now, Joe, it looks like most of the trends for Henderson have been Texas A&M probably leading Miami, but there is a belief that Miami is right in there for him. And, Miami's already had some battles and lost some battles to Texas A&M. You mentioned Mark Matthews, who chose the Aggies over Miami a few weeks ago, they're crushing it in recruiting. But I know Miami's giving Caden Henderson a lot to think about. He's not a local kid, but he's an in-state kid, like you mentioned. Tampa, not too far away from South Florida. So I don't rule it out. I mean, I don't know if it's like, if I'm going to do percentages, I don't know, maybe A&M 55%, Miami 45%, 60-40, something like that. But I know Miami's giving him a lot to think about.
It was kind of cool. Yesterday, I was just reading up, knowing you were going to come on today. They have like a top class, like top 10 in every position. Somebody did top positions, everybody. And the Canes, that's the first time I can remember every position. They're everything from 2 to 10. I think the running back class was right up there at the top. But you say the receiver class is the receivers across the board, including the transfer portal guys, a couple of speed guy and a possession guy from Duke. But man, it's incredible to see. It's really fun to sit back and realize you're going to those ACC meetings. Woody's going to be going to in a few weeks here. And they're going to be the talk of the ACC again. It's pretty clear cut now, isn't it?
Yeah, this is they're going to be the number one topic by a country mile, Joe, because, the last Miami's been a topic there the last couple of years, but I think back to last year at the ACC meetings. I see Hollywood there every summer, and last year Miami was a talk, but Clemson was the talk last year. They were the team that was strongly favored to win the ACC, and they ended up having a tremendously disappointing season this past year. And then the year before that, Florida State was the talk. That was when, they were coming off of their 13-win season, and then they took the biggest of step backs, winning 2 games the following year. So hopefully that's not some sort of a curse, right? That if Miami is the hyped team this year, that there's no bad mojo behind that. But yeah, Miami's going to be the team everyone's going to be talking about there at the meetings.
Don't forget that clown show at North Carolina, too. That thing was...
oh, yeah, that's right. Belichick. I didn't say...
That's pretty good right there.
Yeah. Yeah, I forgot about that because I think I was only at the Miami day last year. I didn't stay for the Belichick day, but I heard that was a circus when he came out and spoke and everything last year.
Hey, you missed it. He came down. He spoke to all of us down there on Radio Row. He gave all of us interviews. Very, very pleasant.
Did he go to one
sure
school?
He did.
She probably stopped by more schools than to stop more radio stations than he would. Hey, Alex, let me ask you, is North Carolina, you don't hear anything about any kind of splash. How are they doing in recruiting? I don't see Belichick all of a sudden turn into Nick Saban and recruiting all over the country. So how's that going?
I think they're doing almost as badly in recruiting as Florida State. And I'm not saying that to take. Well, maybe I am. I'm not trying to take a dig at
that every day. So go ahead.
I know you've got Florida State fans who listen to the
show. That's my favorite part of the ACC thing is when we get to do that poll where we get to pick all the teams.
Yeah.
And I always get to put Florida State last. That's my
right.
favorite part.
And Florida State is doing really poorly in recruiting for an obvious reason. Like, how many top players want to commit to a coach who's probably not going to be there in 4 months, right? But North Carolina is doing almost that bad, Joe. So it's like, I guess like the one good thing that North Carolina did this past offseason was I think hiring Bobby Petrino. I mean, I think their offense is going to be better based on the schematics, because Petrino leaves an impact wherever he goes. Now, how Petrino and Belichick are going to coexist, that's yet to be seen. But so they've got a better offensive coordinator this year. I just don't think they have the players. I don't think North Carolina has a roster that can really contend nationally and contend in the ACC.
You can only coach them up so much. Listen, Mario does not hide from that. You got to have players, man. You do, and players make coaches look good. And every coach will tell you that, right? Guy will catch a hitch and break a tackle and run 80 yards, and you got an 80-yard touchdown. You look like a genius, man, to that point. Hey, so how long are this recruiting stuff and bringing guys in every weekend and going after? I mean, Mario and his staff and that recruiting staff that they have, McKenzie and all the rest of them over there, they spend a lot of time and effort to make sure that is that is a really nice event for families, and they want 5 stars hanging out at the pool and eating the best food. It's incredible. How many more weekends of that do they have before they shut it down?
Yeah, so in the summer, we just had a big one this past weekend for official visits. That's the one. Caden Henderson was here, Jaden Bryant, some of these guys we talked about. They've got 3 more official visit weekends, Joe. It's the next 3 weeks. So they have one coming up this weekend with a lot of good players, mostly guys who are already committed to Miami, because most of the targets that Miami still has are actually guys who are committed to other schools. You mentioned that, Joe, that they're going for a lot of flips, right? They're still going after, obviously, Jaden Bryant, DJ Jacobs, who's committed to Ohio State, unconfirmed whether or not and when he's going to visit again. But we have 3 more of these visit weekends coming up. And, one of the guys, Joe, who's coming down here this weekend who, I'm excited to hopefully run into is the quarterback Miami has committed, Israel Abrams, because he is crushing the offseason. He just competed at the prestigious Elite 11 finals, which is the top quarterback competition for high schoolers. He was one of the 11 best. That's what they call the Elite 11. They're going to announce the final rankings, but I think he's going to be top 3 for how he performed there. So he's going to be visiting this weekend. So 3 more of the official visits, and then, of course, once the season starts, they're going to be bringing players for games and stuff, so they're going to have all. So it never stops with Mario. Like Mario is 24/7 recruiting, and whenever he's allowed to host players, because there are certain dead periods and stuff. But anytime he's allowed to host players, he's going to do it.
Are we ever going to see this? I'm looking ahead of this year because we are already set at quarterback. Are we ever going to get, because they're getting now, he's getting the quality of quarterbacks getting higher and higher. We're flirting with some of the 3 or 4 best in the country because it was just a matter of time. And I'm not saying they start their first year, but they know going into year 2, it's their job, and we get to keep them for more than 1 year instead of this 1-year turnover. Our Michigan, by the way, is going to end up, they got a 5-star guy, had a good year last year. Cal Berkeley's got a freshman out there. He's going to be the guy for 3 years. You ever see that happening here at the U?
I mean, I don't see why you would go out and recruit a player like Israel Abrams, and I'm sure, NIL is a reality. I'm sure that was not cheap, to get one of the top quarterbacks in the country. He's a 5-star, Joe. Like, I don't see why you would do that if you don't plan on turning your room over to the young guys at some point. So I've got to believe it's going to happen, Joe. And you mentioned it, the quality of the quarterbacks they're recruiting, the level has gone up over the past few years, right? I mean, Luke Nickel, who's heading into his 2nd year, he was a 4-star guy coming out of high school, a 2-time state champion in Georgia. I really like him. Darion Coleman, the true freshman from Jones in Orlando. He's going to be a true freshman this year. He's got to fill his frame out a little bit, but he's got the best. You saw him practicing, Joe, some of the best pure arm talent we've ever seen. And then I think this Abrams kid, who's going to be coming in 2027, might be one of the best quarterbacks we've recruited out of high school, period. So, I think there's a reason why the last few years Miami has turned to portal guys, because the quality of the quarterbacks you had in the room was not up to snuff. I think it's going to be up to snuff now, after Mensa. So I guess the question is, you've got to show that you can develop these guys. And I have faith in Shannon Dawson. I think he's a very good offensive coordinator and a good quarterbacks coach. So he's, these next couple of years, we've got to show that we can get these guys we recruited out of high school ready for the big stage.
Yeah, because nothing in football is going up more than transfer portal quarterbacks every year.
Yeah. It seems to like the price doubles like every year.
Oh, my God. Pretty soon, our quarterbacks we can be making the same on both the Dolphins and the Canes. That could be coming if we don't get this thing. It's crazy, but hey, no, it's gonna be a lot of fun. Hey, real quickly on the baseball news, we got a ton of stuff, man. People not happy with JD. I know you got it too. By the way, I got to the point I was numb to it, and then I saw the stuff about JD and there's no reason the pitching should be this bad. That staff and the pitching coach and JD's background. You hearing anything about that job? Is JD safe?
Yeah, I know he's obviously well liked. Otherwise, he wouldn't have gotten that job in the first place. I think we can say that. But to me, Joe, it's like I think a lot of this is going to depend on who the next athletic director is, because that's the other thing. We bring this.
Want to give me an update on that one?
Well, I mean, at least according to Barry Jackson, they have figured out that Michael Yormark is not very popular among people in this community. So I would like to see Jim Fravola get the job, who's a Miami guy, former Miami associate AD. You know, he's held big positions for the Vegas Golden Knights, for the Tampa Bay Lightning, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. He's over with AFC Bournemouth now in the Premier League and in English soccer. I would like to see. I think he would be a great AD. But I think whoever the new AD is, I hope one of the first things that they figure out is, what do we need to do about this baseball program? Because, like, obviously football and basketball are the top priorities because of the revenue, but baseball is also important, and there's a rich tradition at Miami.
I said exactly what you just said on Monday. When everybody decides where they want to put baseball and all that stuff. I just want to say this, though. I don't care who gets the AD job. I don't. I like Michael Yormark a lot. He is my guy, and I like him, and I wish he was going to get it. And apparently everybody trash bagged him going out the door to the president of the university, which is fine, and the board, and everybody's got their favorites and all that stuff. All the old timers better understand it's a different job being an AD now with this money thing than it used to be.
Yep.
And you better figure out how to tap into the billionaires, all of them. We got a record amount of billionaires living down here, people worth hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars, to get them involved in the program and spend money and get that done. You better get the young, right, energetic guy to do it. And not a guy, and I'm not taking shots at anybody that's going to have family in a different place or here or there. You got to be all in on this job. And it's not the old school, the good old boy AD and the way we used to do it. It's done. It doesn't work that way anymore. It's professional friggin' sports is what it is. You with me on that?
1,000%, Joe. I mean, the really corporate sponsorships, fundraising, that's like 95% of that job now. If you want to compete with the big boys, because remember, Miami,
work like Mario, you got to work the way Mario works at his job year round.
Yep.
The AD's got to work like that, build relationships, kiss some ass, go down and get a little half liquored up in some clubs if you have to, and go to private places, even when people are big Richards, man, sometimes that have money and act like it and brag. Suck it up. That's where I'm coming.
I'm with you, Joe, 1,000,000%. Like that's the name of the game, especially with, and you know, obviously Miami's a big brand and it's in a big city. There's a lot of billionaires down here, like you said, but you also you're working against, you know, Big Ten and SEC schools who get that extra TV revenue that you don't. So you just have to be that much better at hustling for the finances because you don't have a baseline of as much money coming in as some of these other schools you're competing with.
Yeah.
Too.
So, but now everybody's guilty of this. Everybody, by the way, and I'm not saying any names, but everybody's guilty of having their favorite guy to be the AD.
Sure.
You just mentioned a guy you like, and everybody's known him for a long, long time. He's been around. Some of you guys went to school with certain guys at the U, and you want that guy because he's your boy. That's not what this job's about. This job pays well. Joe's going to pay well, but we got to get the right guy. And to that board, again, same thing for you. No ass kissing, man. Get the right friggin' guy, or I will call you out every friggin' day. I don't mind. Listen, Yormark didn't get it. Okay, whatever. Something apparently, like you said.
Well, no, I'm not even sure if he definitely didn't get it. I think I mean, you might know better than me.
I don't know anything.
Okay.
I barely know Joe.
Yeah.
Barely.
Fair enough.
Anyway. Hey, man, thank you, bud. I'm glad we had to I'm sorry we had to get to that last part, but whether it's baseball or just AD in general, I know Canes fans want to know what's going on, right? We got the football thing rolling. The basketball basketball's looking good. Matter of fact, Gator and Canes open. Are you kidding me?
Oh. Well, you know what I've been saying about for the outgoing AD Radakovich, I think the crown jewel of his short tenure at Miami, he's here about 4 years, but him hiring Jay Lucas, the basketball coach, to me, that was it appears to be the slam dunk of all slam dunks, Joe, hiring Lucas. So I will always be grateful to Dan Radakovich for that.
But it's listen, man, I can't work like I used to. I can't go to all the games anymore. I'm just I can't, but I don't do it. And it's a young man's game out there for athletic directors too, man.
Yep.
Anyway, I said my 2 cents. Alex, thank you, brother. Good stuff today.
Thanks,
Appreciate
Joe.
it,
Thanks,
man. Way
Hollywood.
to get me going a little bit. Yeah, Woody, that bum in there.
I love
that
it.
Florida State, he's a bum. He's a bum. All right, thank you, bud. Appreciate it.
Thanks.
That's Alex Donald. Don't forget, host of Locked On Canes, does a great job on the Cane Stuff Daily and it's Locked On ACC podcast as well. We got a lot more stuff to get to, but first, now that I got that off my chest and feel a little better, I don't care who they get. I really don't. Just a lot of money to be had, man. A lot of fundraisers coming up here, Woody. Figure that thing out. Hey, let's talk about hurricane season. It's here, and I know what you're thinking. You get warned when that water comes down like 6 inches in like 5 minutes around your house. You're going, oh boy, hurricane season. It's right around the corner here. Now it's here. Well, protect your home with Loctite Impact Windows, Doors, and Roofing. Chev and the gang over there, he's got one message, and that is don't ever let money get in the way of getting your house protected. You can't control whether we're going to hit with a big one. We've been very lucky the last few years, but you never know when it's going to hit. And when it does, you just want to be protected with the best products, and Loctite's going to do it for you. Hey, they provide 100% financing, 0 down, no interest, no payments for a year. If you need a new roof, they do tile, shingle, metal flat. They do it all for you. If you decide you just need some repairs, they can do that. They got a repair team there that works as well 24/7 for you. And Impact Windows as low as $6 per month per window installed. So talk about saving some money. You can do it with Loctite. They cover all of South Florida, do all the permits and HOA approvals, all of that. They're licensed and insured contractor, ready to make sure you are ready to go with a company that's ready to get it done for you. So give them a chance. Get them in the game. Let them put in a bid for you and see if it's the company you want to go with or not. And I think you're going to like them. You're going to like them a lot. Don't wait for the next storm. Visit LoctiteImpact.com. Again, LoctiteImpact.com or call 954-500-LOCK. Do it today.
WQA
Hey, baby.
How are they doing? Still
Not
struggling?
good. Giants are not good.
Marlins are turning around a little bit here.
Well, I'll tell you what, man. They lose 4, they win 5. They win 5, they lose 4. I mean, it's
okay.
But they're fighting, man. After getting swept by the Mets, got a chance to bring the brooms back out today.
Yep,
against Washington, and then they're home. Got Tampa coming up for Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Tampa's cooled off after playing out of this world. Still a nice record, but have not been good here recently. Hey, we got a lot of other stuff. Speaking of the Canes, I didn't mention this, and Woody, you're the game guy. I can't believe you didn't mention. I wrote it down last night. Malachi Tony, man, congratulations. Going to be on the cover of EA Sports College Football 27. Not bad for an 18-year-old. How about that?
Now, I've seen multiple covers. I know there's a bunch of players on them.
Dante Moore and Kawan Lacey also on there.
Okay. I saw another one that had the coach on there, Signetti. I don't know. I think there's different versions of the game. Usually they put out a.
Oh, I didn't get it because it may sound like Dante Moore, Kawan Lacey, and Malachi were going to be the.
I'm not 1,000% sure, but I know there's usually these games. They do a premium version, a regular version. They try to milk a little extra money out of people. Yeah, I did see Malachi on there. It's pretty cool.
You know, a weird one for me last year. This just me, and I get it. I know what you're going to say back. Money. If you got a chance to be the second overall pick, why would Dante Moore, the quarterback at Oregon, why would you not turn pro? Second overall pick, even if you dropped a few spots, chance to knowing that league is starving for quarterbacks and didn't think much of this with all the guys deciding to go back to college. And some of them I understand. Some of them probably weren't going to go in the first couple rounds. And the amount of money, everybody's making $6+ million now, all the top guys in college football. It's a lot of money. But, man, Dante Moore. That's a weird one for me.
It's an easier decision nowadays, though.
Woody,
I've been trying to sell you on this, but
Woody, but you're going to be there for a long time. Everybody thought that he was going to be after. I think everybody was a slam dunk by the end of the year. Who was going first? Mendoza.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people thought Dante Moore was going to be the next guy up.
Well, he very well may have been. I mean, look how high Carson went.
So anyway, whatever. Not for me.
I don't know, man. I
loads
just
up next year's class, and I see his name at the top with Manning and Dante and all those guys.
Play a handful of college games, get paid that kind of money. Not the worst gig in the world.
But
these guys are making what, $500,000 a game, give or take.
Yeah, probably more for the playoffs. Yes.
Okay.
But I'm just telling you, and you can tell me about a $6 million or $7 million Oregon's paying him. Oregon pays a lot of money out there. Nike is alive and well, but it's still weird to know that you could have been.
Yeah.
And now somebody sent yesterday, I thought it was pretty good call. Nobody wanted to play for the Jets.
That's true too. That's the other thing. You're going to go to a dumpster of a franchise.
I know, but don't the really good ones go? I'm going to get that thing turned around. No.
I mean, he's still not. I mean, it's not like the opportunity's going to go away. Well, I guess it could, but.
No, I mean, if he plays there's no
I
reason.
I think the decision is tougher now.
There's no reason, by the way, like Miami, you should have success at quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
You're playing Oregon, you should have success next year.
Yeah, I just think the decision has gotten a lot tougher than in years past. Obviously,
I'd like to be the quarterback at Ohio State. The quarterback at Ohio State, he should have a great year. His name should be up there.
One of those guys.
He's got Jeremiah Smith to throw to as a number one target.
Yeah. Alex and West Kendall took the tickets, by the way. We'll have tickets Thursday and Friday for you as well.
Yeah. Anyway,
that's a tough decision, man. Go back, be king of the campus for a year,
or go and have a chance to be,
or get your brains beaten in the NFL.
Don't listen.
There's
no guarantee you go to certain teams that your life changes. Besides, you get a lot of money.
Yeah.
You're gonna get a lot of money.
Browns could draft you.
Jets.
The Jets. Those franchises have ruined how many careers now?
Oh no,
they got a body count over there at those two franchises.
No, that definitely comes up in conversation with mom and dad and quarterback, and coach. I'm sure Oregon was like,
the Jets are going through guys left and right. I mean, one guy, Sam Darnold, obviously he turned it around, but Zach Wilson is. I don't know. Is he still on the Dolphins?
No, where is he?
I
That's
have
a
no
great
idea.
one. Where? By the way, we may have to do where is he now? I think somebody picked him up. No?
I'm sure they
Somebody
did,
out
but
there will know. I think Zach Wilson got picked up by somebody. But I
so
got
he wasn't out there yesterday?
No, he's definitely not on this team.
He's on New Orleans. Jeff Ireland picked him up.
It's not Jeff Ireland. Boy, did you see who recently ripped Jeff Ireland? And I stayed away from it on purpose.
No, I didn't. I don't follow his stuff.
Sean Smith, who was a defensive back here, that he said he personally destroyed this team by himself.
Nice. I'm guessing you agree with that.
I
statement.
do.
Yeah.
I don't. Bye-bye. And now Chris Greer's in Detroit.
Yeah, Chris Greer getting another shot. He's the third quarterback. Zach was his third quarterback on that team. They got Shuck and Rattler ahead of him.
He beating Shuck out. That's
he's probably not going to beat Rattler out, I would guess.
Oh
Not
man!
that he's
All
very
right,
good,
listen, that was kind of a downer there. Still,
it's just like, again, if you're going to go to one of those places, the Browns have spit out. I mean, how many quarterbacks they chewed up and spit out? They drafted. What did they draft? A couple of years. Was that last year? The year before? Both of them are not very good.
There's been a few organizations that have struggled to draft quarterbacks.
Johnny
for a long
Baker,
time.
Whatever happened with Deshaun?
No. There's been a few teams that have struggled.
Nothing like the Browns and Jets.
We haven't exactly hit a home run.
No, but we have not used the draft capital that those franchises have.
We
In
have
fairness,
not-
let's
we
be
have not-
fair
We
here.
have not hit the home run. All right, listen, we got to go to break here before we get it all stirred up and get everybody fired up here this morning. How are all the Canes people doing out there? Should be jacked up.
Yeah, why wouldn't they be?
Hell, I'm about ready to go down to one of those parties. I asked my wife, I go, hey, what are we doing this weekend? They got a Saturday night recruiting party down there. I heard it's unbelievable.
Yeah.
You want to go down? She goes, no, I really don't. All right. Hey, I want to talk to you about Michael Kotze at Choice Mortgage. Man, I'm telling you right now, people go, why would I go with Michael Kotze at Choice Mortgage? And plus his 30 years of experience. But why? I go, well, how about getting approved on that money you desperately need to get? Debt consolidation, huh? You need cash, right? You need cash. You need it quickly. You need to get that second. And by the way, this is what's going on with a lot of people in condos right now. HOA costs going up, insurance down on the beach around that water. Everything's upside down. You just got hit with a fee that everybody's got to share. What have you been through that where everybody's got to pay into it and you're going, oh my God, why am I living here? This is crazy. I was going to retire here. Look at that beautiful view every day. And now I'm about ready to be homeless. Well, Michael Kotze can help you at Choice Mortgage. I'm telling you right now, first-time home buyers, you'll get low rates and very little money down to get that first home you've always wanted. How about a reverse mortgage? More popular than ever. If you and your spouse are 62 or older, you qualify. And all that equity, a lot of people under 60 have been living that same home like we have for a long time. It's paid off. Michael Kotze says, how would you like to have that money? Well, yes, you'd like it. You could use it for a nice vacation, pay some bills off, and get yourself set for retirement. Go to Google reviews on the web, Choice Mortgage Reviews. They're saying a lot of great things about Michael Kotze. The man truly has no life. He works 7 days a week. Call or text him 561-441-2730. That's 561-441-2730, MLS 166254. Rates and terms subject to change daily without notice. He's an equal housing lender.
This update is brought to you by Doral Kia. You always pay less your pricito at Doral Kia. Visit us at Doral Kia at DoralKia.com. Starting with the Marlins, who beat the Nationals by a final of 7-3. Miami will go for the sweep today with the first pitch at 1:05 from Nationals Park. You can catch the game on 5:60 a.m. Over to the Dolphins, who return to the practice fields in Miami Gardens for day 2 of their 3-day minicamp. In the NHL, the Golden Knights took game 1 from the Hurricanes 6-5. Game 2 is tomorrow night. And tonight, the Spurs will host the Knicks in game 1 of the NBA Finals. Tip-off is at 8:30. Joe, it is time for weather, brought to you by Tornado Roofing and Contracting, helping homeowners stay safe this storm season. Visit tornadoroofing.com for a free roof and window estimate. We do have scattered showers out there throughout the day. And we have more stuff coming in. It's been a busy morning here for Adam Schefter, Joe, who earlier reported that the Detroit Lions have hired former Dolphins GM Chris Greer as a personnel executive.
Okay.
We have that. And we also have the Madden cover that has been just released here. Any idea? Any thoughts?
Let's go.
Young quarterback who had a kind of a breakout year last year. Young quarterback.
Oh, New England Patriots. Drake May.
No, not Drake May. I think the Patriots are too controversial right now.
For the game? Were they afraid every kid's going to watch the game and having an affair? Their parents?
I think so. I
Come
think
on,
that would be
stop
a
it.
concern of
Who
EA
is it?
Sports.
You-
Caleb Williams.
Oh, yeah, God.
Oh.
That's a no-brainer. Yeah.
Boy, he's exciting.
Is he coming to town, too? Do we have we're playing him.
I believe
I think we
are. I know we're playing the Lions. We certainly looked that one up.
Well, I got to tell you one thing. If we're playing Chicago here, there're going to be a lot of Chicago fans. Well, Lord.
That game is in December, and it is here.
Yeah.
December 13th. So, yes, I'm guessing you will get a lot of people who want to escape that weather.
Guy's done a hell of a job up there, man. He was our quarterback coach at one time. I think going way back, and he's ended up being a hell of a coach. And look what he's done with Caleb.
The team's pretty good, man.
Yeah. Oh boy, that's a lot of that's.
It's a good schedule the Dolphins have. At least it'll be exciting.
You mean like to see all the best?
Yeah. Well, I mean, what do you want to play the worst? So you have a better chance to win? I don't know.
No, I was just saying our first home game is at Kansas City. Does that sound right?
I think so. Yes.
So Mahomes back by game 3.
Mahomes is back. What are you talking about? Is he back?
No. He's gonna miss.
Yes, he is. That is the first home game on the 27th. Wait, he's going to start week 1.
Probably, yes.
He was already back for OTA.
No, but he's just being careful. Like
he's going to start for another 3 months, man.
That's true.
He could have torn his ACL at OTAs and probably been ready to go.
Probably.
Not going to let that hold him back.
There's like 2 guys in football that play quarterback that like you knock them out and you're going, hey, you're out of the game, and they scream at their coach and they kick the blue tent and they light it on fire and it goes away.
Josh Allen
and Mahomes.
Yep. Well, Mahomes recovers from weird. Like he had the high ankle sprain, remember? And he played the next week.
Yeah.
They go up. He's going to be out months.
Hey, man, the toughness of those guys. And hell, Josh Allen, come to find out, was playing on a broken bone, had to get an operation after you had never known it the way he was playing. And he said, by the way, if we would have won that game and the call would have gone the other way, I'd have played the next week. And you're like, yeah, you would have played. There's no question. Shoot it up. Let's play.
Dolphin schedule is brutal, man.
Yeah.
You better beat Vegas.
That's why I said, I go, man, for people getting tickets for the home schedule, boy.
Oh, it's going to be fun.
You get to see all the best.
Yeah, you're going to see the stars.
Give me that list of quarterbacks. Run through it real quick. Geno Smith, Drake May, and Josh Allen, then go from there.
You talking about all the teams that we play at home?
Yeah.
You got Mahomes.
1.
You got Burrow.
Top 6, 7.
May.
Boy, he's moved in.
Goff.
He's
I don't know who the quarterback of the Jets is at the moment.
Geno Smith.
Oh, is he their starter?
Yeah.
100%?
Yes.
Oh.
Not up for debate.
That'll be interesting. You got Caleb coming, as we mentioned.
Good one. We got a couple of those guys. I don't know where you rank some of those guys that made the big jump last year. You just named New England and Chicago. Those guys made big jumps last year.
You'll like this one. Justin Herbert's coming to town.
Well, we just saw him.
With Mike.
We just saw him in the last play. Remember the last play?
He, by the way, you talk about guys making jumps. I would imagine Justin Herbert is going to make the biggest leap out of any player, any quarterback this year, right?
I just think of all the places. Isn't it ironic? Think about what happened with Mike. I got to bring this up because it's just so Mike benches 2 of the last 3 games.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously said, uh-oh, I know I went to bat for him. Hard to get that contract, but he can't play. So he benches him. Now he's got, how many jobs would you say he was offered as an offensive coordinator? Forget the head coaching job, just as a coordinator. 4, 5, 6, 7 jobs?
Yeah.
Guys liked him for that. Hey, as long as you're not running things and
what he did here with Tua is, I mean,
yeah,
it's a friggin' miracle.
So now he's got all those jobs and he gets a call from the Chargers.
Yeah.
From
Harbaugh. You want to
Harbaugh.
work with Justin Herbert.
And he goes, yeah, that's the job I want right there. That's the guy I want. He can run for first downs.
That has potential to sting too,
By the way, they're probably going to run the ball a lot better. He's got that running scheme that does real well.
You got your former coach there, and you got a quarterback that Chris Greer didn't like.
Yeah. I don't know how nicely to say, yeah. At the end of the day, Chris Greer is the one, through the help of Nick Saban, that said, you've got to take Tua over Herbert.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people thought it was the right decision. There are a lot of people
Not a lot of people getting paid what he got paid to make that decision.
And by the way, that debate is officially done when one guy's still the quarterback on his team, the other guy's already been.
Of course, the debate is done.
That one is so.
What about, here's some other guys that made, like Trevor Lawrence made a jump last year. Jaguars are pretty good.
Yeah.
See if he continues. Bo Nix had a pretty good year, made a jump. Baker Mayfield turned into a good quarterback all of a sudden.
Well, that's been a couple years now, but yeah.
Yep. So he was top 10 in passing last year.
I don't know how you rank. I can't. It's impossible for anybody to sit down and try to rank. And we probably have people out there that are sitting at home today. But, yeah, try to rank the top 10 quarterbacks right now.
Well, you know who the hot breakout candidate is for quarterbacks?
No.
Cam Ward. They got Cam Ward on every site that does these.
I don't know
lists.
if Cam still has enough around him. The rookie's gonna take a while.
Maybe, but I'm just telling you, like, that's who people have as, and he's going to do that show. He's going to do that Netflix show, so people are going to find out more about him.
Let me ask you a question right now.
Yeah,
people probably know how I'm going to. This is with all consideration of who's on your team right now and everything, how healthy you are. Who's the best quarterback in football going into the next 3 months when we start the season? Who's your number one quarterback?
Is Mahomes eligible with the criteria you just gave?
He is, but he's banged up.
I don't think anyone's close to what he does.
You don't think anybody's close?
No, I don't. I think he's one, and the rest of the guys can fall in line wherever you want them to. But
wow, you're going off the work that he's done so far.
Yeah, it's usually a good way to do it. He's got a long way to go in his career, man. He's not close to done. He'll win a few more, I would think, assuming they surround him with some talent at some point.
Well, and he's got to keep the good defenses. They've had some great defenses.
His one receiver seems to have a little bit of a problem.
But you're probably right. Mahomes healthy.
Yeah,
he ain't going to be out there till he's healthy again. But I got to tell you, you don't think Josh Allen?
I'd take Josh Allen. Of course I'd take Josh Allen, but I just think Mahomes.
You think those are the two best quarterbacks?
I think Mahomes does things Josh Allen can't do as far as throwing the ball.
Like how?
I think some of those crazy sidearm and all that stuff that Mahomes does. I think Mahomes is a unique talent. He's the most purely talented quarterback I've ever watched.
Ooh.
And I know Brady was the best, and Brady won, and you'd probably take Brady. If you had to win one game, you'd probably take Brady. But I think from a pure talent standpoint, Mahomes kind of stands alone, doesn't he?
Oh, but that doesn't
Not only
change.
he runs, like he does everything.
No, he does. He runs. By the way, he runs smart. He runs at the end of the year.
Yeah.
He runs now the games, now it's playoffs. I'm going to run for first downs.
He'll go arm strength is second to none.
He's got great arm, yes.
He's not going to fall short of the end zone. He's throwing a Hail Mary.
Probably no.
That's not.
Is Lamar 3?
That's a tough one. Maybe.
Boy, Lamar and Josh.
Lamar, the problem with Lamar and
Lamar-
Josh is they haven't won.
I know. That's why I said
So
Lamar
that's, you know.
Lamar and Josh got to get over the hump. In
Probably
these
make an
playoffs.
argument for Matt Stafford at this point.
You know, it's
to,
weird.
to get
Neither
into
one-
that conversation.
Lamar and Josh is good at the numbers that they put up with MVPs and everything they've done, and they put up stupid numbers, running and throwing. They haven't made it to a Super Bowl. They have not been to a Super. Joe Burrow got to one. Did he get to Super Bowl?
He
Joe
did.
got
He
to
did.
one.
Yep.
And obviously Patrick Mahomes been to a bunch. So, and then we got the new guy, Drake May. He's been to one here recently. He jumped in. Drake May's going, hey, Josh, I've done something you haven't done. Although, what a comeback Josh had at the end of the year against New England to come back and win that game. Man,
We accomplished nothing there.
No,
man.
we did nothing.
We didn't solve the great quarterback debate.
But no, I can't argue with.
I actually think Mahomes is going to win the MVP this year.
Well, you got to come like
That's my
and you
bold,
did-
my bold preseason
and
prediction.
You know what? And soon as it's not looking that way, you're going to start ripping his receivers. They're not. When are they going to get him
Well,
some
it's supposed to be
receivers?
their fault. But that's just my bold, priest. Can I have
Hey,
one of those?
guess what? His best receiver's in jail right now, waiting to get out.
Yeah, but he is getting out.
He
Only
is getting
30
out.
days, bro.
He got 30
Yeah,
days.
it's
30
that's
they
an
said
in and out.
They said take it during minicamp. Go
Yeah.
to jail for your 30 days and stay off the weed.
I think
They're
that's
going to
why
test
they
you.
Made him.
Stay off the weed.
Yeah.
You can't smoke when you're on probation, apparently. All right. Hey, listen,
Probably.
we got something else going on here this morning that we want to talk about. Baptist Health has this every year. I tell guys, if you get a chance, I'm guessing Alonzo Mourning. It's still Zoe time. So Alonzo speaking. Where's Alonzo rank? Woody, you were there. Alonzo Mourning.
That was moving, man.
Like his thing.
Yeah, it really was.
I wanted to hug him and then give him a standing ovation and just kept clapping.
He brought up a lot of stuff when he spoke to us about all this, the way that he lives. And it's like kind of really, not really, it got you thinking about how you can change and stuff that you can do in your life. And
It's funny because Bo took what he said and he talked to Bo in the back, and Bo's made some changes.
yeah,
And he's incredible what he's done. Hey, anyway, you handle everything in your life, work, family, life. And then when it comes to handling your health, for some reason, we don't do the right things. It's incredible. We don't go to doctors. When was the last time you had a physical? Oh, it's been years. I'm like, what are you doing, man? On June 14th, join Baptist Health at the Men's Health Summit in Doral. Screening, expert advice, real conversations that matter with some great doctors from Baptist Health who will be there. Enjoy food, grooming, screenings, prizes, and connect with men taking control of their health and what they've done. There's some great stories going to be. It's a fantastic time. No excuses, no guesswork, just action. Register now for the Baptist Health Men's Health Summit in Doral. Visit baptisthealth.net/Zotime. Hope to see you out there.
If it's going down, you know we on it. If it's going down, you know we on it. WQAM got
clinic, advanced medical.
Let's get people their stock market report is brought to you by Anna John Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733. Market opens in about 5 minutes from now. The Dow futures down 200 points. NASDAQ futures up 19 points. The S&P down 16 points. And we also have our text contest going here. The summer of soccer is here. We're giving away a soccer swag bundle valued at around $250 from Sinbad Sports on the Coral Ridge Mall in Fort Lauderdale. For your chance to win, text the word Jersey to 20357. That is Jersey to 20357. For more info, you can head to WQAM.com. Text contest, message and data rates apply. Don't text and drive, Joe.
All right, Woody, thank you so much. And day 2 of minicamp, shooting over there after the show today. And they have one more this week, and then next week they have a couple of practices, and then that's going to be it, man. That's right. See you in late June. See you in late July with some time off and everything. But I want to say this. There's a lot, and especially with the media and with fans, of course, through the media and stuff, is 3 guys that everybody's wondering what kind of jump they can make in their careers, and they're high draft picks. And Kenneth Grant, first-round pick, Chop Robinson going into year 3, first-round pick, and Jonah Savaianaya, obviously, who we moved up in the second round to get them. So they're important to. You hope they all make the big step. Jonah, of course, going to the right side now instead of left guard, will play right guard. Kenneth Grant's expected. It is funny because you talk to the players and the organization, they say Kenneth Grant's just getting better and better, and some of the media are just not sold on, and fan base together, usually connected. And then there's the Chop, and we obviously and desperately need a frontline pass rusher for this year. You do. You'd love to have 2, but you need to have 1. Jeff Hafley was asked and gets asked probably just about every day about Chop and how he's doing with the new defensive system put in. And Jeff Hafley is pretty pumped up about the potential. Here's what he had to say yesterday about Chop Robinson.
Well, hopefully he becomes an every down player. I mean, I think, the easy answer is his pass rush, his get off, his ability to affect the quarterback, but I'm looking for a lot more from Chop. He's going to play a position where he's going to line up in a 9 technique and play on tight ends, and he has to set the edge, and he's going to have to reduce down to a 6 technique and play through tight ends. He might reduce down and play a 5 technique. There's going to be pass rush times when he's going to be coming off the edge. We might slide him around, move him around to put him in good situations, but he needs to become a complete football player going into year 3, and we have high expectations for him. We need to coach him. We need to develop him. But the guy's got such a good attitude. He's working so hard, and I'm excited to see where that goes.
He has not lost his confidence. He wants and understands that, hey, starting the school you go to, Penn State's had a lot of great pass rushers and a lot of really good defensive players to where you're taking. So that was Jeff Hafley. So just so fans know, they're not going, well, they're counting on this guy a lot. I mean, he just threw it out there about the potential, and it's our job to get it out of him and that. Nobody. No, I wanted to sit back before I said this. Nobody. No one. And some of you are going to try to add some names to this, and that's fine. That's why we have talk radio. Nobody has more pressure and more expected on their plate than Malik Willis and Chop Robinson. And I know I left out our number 1 pick this year. I did on purpose. I'm not worried. I think he's going to be fine. Malik Willis and Chop Robinson are leading the "we'll be watching you" microscope that they're going to be playing under this year. Malik Willis, and every throw and everything he does right now and everything he does every time he's on the field as the quarterback.
I do think Proctor, though, will have a microscope on him too, though, right? Because of how controversial that pick was.
The problem is, I think
I've never seen that kind of reaction from a first.
Okay,
round
but
pick. I mean,
that is, and I knew that was going to be. That's why I added that. But that's not the guy throwing the ball and the guy that's got to get pressure and is asked to do all these things and be in on a lot of plays and just be around the football. And honestly, our first round pick's going to be covered by two of the better players on the team, with Paul on the outside and Brewer on the inside. And if he plays the way they think he is, you're going to have one hell of a left side of an offensive line. I mean, that is the strength of the team. Forget the linebackers, forget the defensive line. The strength will be the left side of that line. If Paul's going to be really good, Brewer's going to play his butt off again. Hopefully we get him a new contract to really motivate him. I just think, short of bad footwork and just like, I just think he's going to be really good. I think the number one pick for the Miami Dolphins is going to be just fine and only get better. Again, I'll go back. Malik Willis and Chop Robinson, pass rusher and quarterback, will, and by the way, position empty of pass rushers, put more pressure on Chop, and Malik Willis, handpicked by this organization to come in and clearly, listen, we can talk about open competition, and Quinn Ewers looks really good out there, but Malik's the one that they have handpicked to be the starting quarterback. So for me, everybody else, listen, you can name, and I'm not saying all our positions are great, and we got to make sure we find a second safety and corners, and there's a lot of it, wide receivers. But for guys that we're counting on, Chop's now played a lot of football games. Now he gets to start in a new system. They're going to play him all over. You heard the 9, the 7, the 5, the 6, whether it's wide to inside. And Malik Willis. They will be the two guys that we'll be talking about. That will be the two. And I'm not saying the other positions are important. This offensive line coming together will help Malik a lot and all those things. I just think if they play together and they can stay, if Austin Jackson can stay healthy, offensive line should be fine. And the left side should be better than just fine. The left side should be really, really good. Patrick Paul, full year last year. Brewer named All-Pro, second team. And now you add your first pick between them. You throw in good blocking tight end. You ought to be in really good shape. You got a good blocking tight end. So yeah, that's just my take. My take on the way to camp for all those guys to go, I don't exactly agree with that. I think the D-line inside's going to be fine too. I think stopping the run between the tackles. The question's going to be going back partially to Chop. How do we do outside? And he's put some weight on and good weight. And I think he wants to show everybody, man. He's a young guy getting close to, you get a new contract or you don't. You play the way you did the first 2 years, you don't get a new contract. You play the way they hope, and down the road, they got you for 5 years. But down the road, you get a new contract. This is a big year, man. Fresh start, new defensive coordinator, new head coach who will be calling the defensive plays. Good opportunity, man, for everybody to do it. Jonah and everybody else to get the fresh start. Getting the fresh start out there. And in the case, a lot of people think, one of the best D-line coaches is coaching Chop now. And so, yeah, I just look at the whole thing, and we have a lot of other needs. Don't get me wrong. And we may not have them. We may not have even adequate players in some positions. We'll find out. But again, a lot of this will be taken care of and can't be taken care of right now, but will be taken care of when they start going against each other in these practices with pads on and against other teams in the preseason games, then we'll, by the end of August, we'll have a real good feel for what we have and we don't have. Hey, speaking of all that, we're going to turn to Zach Sieler. Zach Sieler is going to join us, the Dolphins defensive tackle and captain of the Miami Dolphins, going to join us. We'll talk to him about the young guys and coming back for another year with the Miami Dolphins.
This hurricane season, keep it on FM 104.3.